What's up, guys? It's Cooper Webb, and you're listening to the MotoXpod.
Hey guys, what's up? This is Aaron Plessinger, and you guys are listening to the MotoXpod.
Save me from myself. My arms and legs are bound, like an aging corpse from another world. I'll scream the truth 6 feet underground. Feel alive inside yourself. Watch your enemies dispel. If I could find a way to avoid this fate, could be a story to
It's that time again. Welcome back to the MotoXpod, presented by Yamaha Motors USA and Race Tech. It is episode 400. 400 episodes of this incredibly fun show, man. No, it's really cool. It's been a lot of years doing this. I think right around 9 years. I don't even remember the exact first date, but we are at 400 episodes. Really excited to get into this one. We've got a first-timer and a rider that hasn't been on in a long, long time. Monster Energy, Yamaha Star Racing's Kayden Minear is going to be on for the first time, and then Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki's Nick Romano makes his return. It's been a couple years at least since we've had Nick on, so I think we're going to have a real good time with those guys. I really like Kayden a lot. He's fun to talk to, really, really good attitude, good personality. He might be a new MotoXpod like regular. He's one of those kids I think just got a lot to. I think he's going to be a really good interview. So it's going to be fun. We'll get into all the different things with Hangtown. Congratulations to Levi Kitchen and Jet Lawrence. But first things first, always in studio, help me out. Scotty Thompson, what's up?
This week I helped you out with more.
Oh man, you got to go right into that. All the things you do for me.
Actually, I was going to just say, like, I thought you were going to ask how I was doing. I was saying I'm pretty good, going to the beach this weekend, but that's not how you set it up. So
yeah,
I had to pivot.
Well, we will get into you helping me at my Loretta's Regional. You did help. You did actually help. You washed my bike. That was a big help. But we'll get into all that. First things first, let's do the Yamaha Motor USA opening chat read. And as you guys know, at Yamaha Motor USA, they aren't just building motorcycles. They are engineering legends. From championship podiums to off-road trails, the YZ platform has defined dirt bike excellence for generations. Whether it's the dominance of the YZ450F, the YZ250F taking me straight into Loretta's, not an alternate in the plus 50 class, or the beloved YZ250 two-stroke. Every YZ is built for riders who push harder, ride faster, and demand the best. You can unleash victory by riding Yamaha. Check them out at YamahaMotorsports.com. Lachlan Turner going 1-1 in WMX on a Yamaha with her Altus Yamaha. Anyway, I made Loretta's.
Yep, there's the ticket.
We'll talk about that in a minute. Let's start with a couple little things. If you guys still want MotoXpod shirts, Scotty, if you're watching on YouTube, has one on right now. He has the Thrasher magazine looking one. Then we have the standard MotoXpod logo shirt. We've got some of the, wow.
Ooh.
Woo! Maybe I'll sign up for the WMX class. We have some of those left. So just hit me up on my Instagram, DarksideMX3. That's the easiest way for me. You can also email if you'd like, motoxpodshow@gmail.com. But I like the Instagram DMs is best. We do have some of those left. Also, MX Simulator. Let me find that read real fast. I was not, as usual, prepared. Yeah. MX Simulator Pro Nationals fire off tonight, 8:30 Pacific. So that would be, 8:30, 8:30 our time, 8:30 Central, 6:30 Pacific, sorry, on Start Your Systems YouTube. Don't miss the action as the best players in the world look to dethrone defending champion Seth Carr as the gate drops on 4 30-minute plus 2-lap motos with ever-changing conditions. They'll be in Lakewood this weekend. They'll be in Lakewood tonight and Start Your Systems. If you're a MX Sim gamer, the thing's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Really, really is. I don't play.
You already have enough going on. You don't have the time for
but
it.
It's pretty cool to watch.
Yeah, it is cool.
Okay, Hangtown. Oh, you know what? One more read. Sorry, guys. Race Tech, they have their suspension and engine seminars every year, and they have recently announced their dates. So if you've ever wanted to know more about how your suspension works, how to revalve it, how to get inside of it and do everything that you need to do to your suspension, or maybe you want to start a shop, you want to start a business, maybe you have a business and want to know more, Race Tech will give you all the skills you need. And this year, November 7th through the 13th is the fall 2026 suspension seminar. The engine seminar is November 14th through the 15th. So if you want, you can sign up and do all of it. 7th through the 15th for both classes. You can call 951-279-6655 or visit racetech.com/seminars. So lots and lots of knowledge that those guys give away. Yes, you have to pay for it, but it's years and years of knowledge that they're willing to give you, and you can go start your own business if that's what you want to do. So pretty cool. Hangtown. A lot of things we could get into.
Okay.
Is Jet back, or was it just, hey, man, I mean, maybe it was just one really good race.
Oh, is that?
Yeah, I'm asking you,
Okay.
like, is Jet, quote unquote, if you're not watching, quotes up,
He
is he back?
He sure looked like it this week.
I agree. Do you think that will be what we see from here on out, or do you think, because look, I don't know if you listen to the Vital MX review show, the post race show, or I actually got that backwards. The Vital MX post race show, the Pulp MX review show. Yeah, they talked about. He said a little bit the track conditions might have kind of influenced a little bit. But do you believe that, or do you think in your heart Jet's the man again?
Well, I guess to say, like, I wonder if, like, he knew that coming into Hangtown, like if he knew that this would be better conditions, or it just kind of turned out that way, and now that's something that he's learned about this injury, and now he can try to position himself through the rest of the season knowing the tracks. I think there might be a little bit to that, but I think whether it's track conducive, whatever. That's right. Whatever. If it's the track that allows him to excel I can't talk.
I know what you're trying to say.
If the track depends on how he does, I still think that the worst he does is maybe second behind Hunter. I think the only one that's really fast enough to capitalize on it is Hunter. Maybe a couple of rounds Hayden, but
you don't think Prado?
Yeah, Prado might be in there a little bit, but I think the only one that can really capitalize on it is Hunter. And you got to think that this weekend, when Hunter got back into that familiar situation where he's riding 2 or 3 seconds behind Jet, he's got to be like, man, I thought I had a little bit more time of going 1-1s, you know? I mean, he still has a point lead, but if Jet starts doing that again, I mean, he looked like Jet.
So I'll make it short. I think Jet's back. I think Jet's fine. Yeah, maybe there'll be a couple tracks where his foot bothers a little bit more, but he's going to ride into that. He's going to get stronger. I think he's back. Even if he has a bad track that really hurts his foot more, he's still Jet. So, but with what you just said a second ago, does that get mentally difficult? Does that hurt Hunter mentally if he keeps going, God damn it, I'm back to being second? I thought do you think it? I don't think it does. I think he's pretty mentally strong. But could it be like, oh, I saw the light. I almost had a Supercross title. I won Paul of the opener. I look, nope, I'm back to being second. My brother's just better. Do you think that happens? Yeah,
I don't know. It had to have been somewhat disheartening. I mean, it's a familiar spot that he's been in. I think that, like, you saw it there a couple of times. I think it was in both motos where he was like, okay, I know that I have something for him, maybe more than I have in the past. Let's push it, and then Jet answered it.
Yeah,
like,
the first moto, Hunter spent.
You could tell.
Seemed like he took a lot of energy to get around Deegs to begin with. So who knows?
I guess it was the second moto where he really tried.
They were right there together.
Yeah, and he was kind of catching him in the first moto, so that's what made me think in the second moto that he would just kind of wait him out. But
he kind of said that. He told, I think it was Lewis. He told post race, like, hey, I kind of was taking a breath. I was going to make another run at him, and the lap I took a breath, he just went all out, and like that. It's just,
and then all of a sudden it was like 3 or 4 seconds. Yeah,
like it was just too much.
Yeah,
it was a perfect storm.
It's Jet, dude.
I do believe Hayden Hunter is going to give him a lot of fits. And Hunter will get some overalls. But
what do you think happens without the red flag?
Same thing.
You think Jet? Well, Hunter was in front.
I know. Jet was faster. I think Jet was just better.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it'd have been tough.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't have been easy, but I'm just telling you what I think.
I mean, Hunter was kind of holding a gap. It'd have been that'd have been the race to see, and I think we'll get it. We've rode Lakewood before. It is kind of always at an incline. It's obviously it's in the mountains. It's everything's at kind of an angle off camber. It'd be interesting to see how well the ankle injury holds up in a condition like that, where it's constantly.
It's his right foot, and I feel like a majority of the time, I guess it doesn't. I'd say like, which
there's gonna be multiple ways,
like that downhill after that triple step up. That's all like going to the right, so he's probably gonna have more pressure on his right.
Yeah,
who knows? So
that whole thing's off camber.
That's actually, that was a stupid theory on my part, but it's gonna be interesting to see. And then we have the Coonins coming.
So are the only two possible title combatants now Jet and Hunter?
It's only 2 races in. So
but
I'm gonna say
Prado's out. I mean, that DNF destroyed any chances he had.
I'm not ready to say yes, they're the only 2, but kind of.
Yeah.
But I'm not ready to say that yet.
I mean,
I guess want to say that.
It's a small percentage, but there's a world. I will say that there's a world out there where Deeks figures it out and pops off like 7 wins in a row. But
my guy Webb, he's going to turn around. Yamaha, he's going to start winning.
Yeah. Blue Crew. Okay, so Jet and Hunter.
That was a joke.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you had more. No.
Oh,
you're good. Well, okay. I mentioned Coonins are coming. You've probably heard, Lewis's theory and the other guys talk about it. But like, what do you think? What do you think Lucas does?
Are you referring to
at his first round, Thunder Valley?
Are you referring to that? This is kind of a practice, and then like Southwick is the go.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to be fast.
Okay, I don't want to do our picks yet because we're going to do the FXR picks in a little bit. But does Lucas podium? Not just yes or no. It's all. Or you're not sure.
I think the spectacle of Coonan, especially in this round, will kind of put him. I think he'll be with Prado and Hayden. Like it'll be one of those 3 guys gets the podium.
Okay.
And I don't
like Jet Hunter, and then one of those 3.
Yeah, I think Jet and Hunter at another level.
Sure. Okay.
It's just,
I don't know if they're at another level. They're not. I don't believe they're at a different level than Lucas. But
in US with his on a production bike, yes, they are.
Well, if you listen to Ian Harrison, the bikes aren't that much different. Just feel
okay.
And
so he's not running custom swing arms and all kinds of different stuff over there.
So based off just what I heard, just what I got from Lewis's interview with Ian, no, it was like race fuel and something else, but it wasn't like anything major. So I don't, and I really do think Lucas has that next level, generational type of talent, like the next Hurlings, the next Jet kind of thing. But he does still, or at least, not so much lately, but he has crashed a lot in the past. So you have to just, like, it might have something to do with when he comes over, is it going to be, I really want to show the Americans what's up kind of thing? And do you go too far? Which apparently they're saying that's not the case, or just coming to check it out.
It is the case, though.
It's hard not to, right?
I think that because they're both red plate holders in their respective championship, I think they have to say that.
You also have to look at that. Like, dude, they can't take a major chance. They have titles on the line.
From the review shows and stuff that I've heard, it sounds like that nobody really wants them to do that except them.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's true. I don't know. It's interesting. We got to get to our first guest here in just a minute. So we can't get too much deeper into this, but there was a lot of stuff. Shout out to Justin Cooper. Hopefully he's okay. I think he just had a concussion. Shout out to our guy, Aiden Kiefer. He did qualify, went 31.27 for 32nd, ran up in the top 10 for a little bit after the massive Seth Hammaker took out 27 riders in the first turn. But, I think I'd like to talk about Hammaker here in a little bit. I'd like to talk about Chase Sexton. We want to talk about a little WMX just for a second, but I do need to work on getting Kayden on. But as we do that, is Hammaker the real deal 250s, Scotty?
I think so. A wise man may have picked him as his champion preseason.
Oh yeah,
before he'd even had an overall.
Did you pick him?
Yeah,
really.
That's why I was saying last week. It's like, it feels good to be right because I picked Hunter for the title and Seth for the title, and they both went 1-1.
I don't even remember who I do.
I will say this quickly because I know you have him on.
You're good. He's not online, mate.
Even though the second moto obviously was chaotic, the first moto win was more impressive to me than anything he did at Paula.
Okay.
I think that made more of a statement than anything at first round 1. If I don't know if you agree or disagree, but
Well, let's get back to Seth Hemaker after we talk to our first guest of the night tonight, who's going to be brought to you by Racetech. For over 40 years, Racetech has been supplying the motorcycle industry with high-quality suspension components made right here in the USA. From modern to vintage, Racetech is your go-to source for suspension performance. So visit racetech.com, find your local service center, and if you're interested in learning more about their services and all the suspension stuff they do, and engine seminars also, the suspension engine seminar start in November. Check them out, racetech.com. Tonight, Racetech brings us from the Monster Energy Yamaha Star Racing team, Kayden Minear. What's up, Kayden?
Howdy, how yous?
We're good, man. Good. Glad to have you on. It's first time on the MotoXpod. Thanks for doing it.
Yeah, I'm excited. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. So I want to start with this thing. I'm obviously very talented, fairly dominant rider in Australia. Was the dream always to come to the U.S.?
Yeah, definitely. The dream was always to come to the US. I think a lot of Australians tend to go to Europe before they come to the US, and I think that was like kind of the traditional route. So, but not for me. US has always kind of been my thing growing up watching Supercross. I think the Supercross aspect of it all was kind of what got my attention. So yeah, that's always been the plan since I was little.
So yeah, I know you rode a little bit of Australian Supercross and did pretty well there. But when you're not, when you were young, before the Australian Supercross series, did you get to ride a lot of Supercross? Were there places that you could do that?
No, so the first time I ever actually rode Supercross is when I come over here in 2024. So not that long ago with Daniel Blair. I come over here for like a bit of a training camp to do with like KDM and stuff in my mid-season break in Australia. So that's kind of when I learned Supercross. So I'm fairly new to it still. And I think that's what intrigues me a lot about Supercross is each time I go out there, I'm still learning so much.
Yeah, so you got kind of thrown in with the Wolves this year when they threw you in at the end of the Supercross season. Did you feel you were ready?
Yeah, so I like by the end of the season, I think I was capable. It was quite funny because there was a lot of rumors of me going pro, and that might have happened if I didn't hurt myself in Houston and get knocked out. But that was all out of my control. But to be fair with you, I probably wasn't ready at that stage. And I think it was kind of a blessing in disguise to have the few extra months to get ready, because I think something changed once I got back onto outdoors. I did a bit of that. And then I kind of come back to Supercross to get ready for, what was it, Birmingham.
Mm-hmm.
And something just really clicked with me, and it all started coming along. So by the time the last few rounds coming along, I kind of went to Bobby and said, hey, like, can I do this? And I took a big chance on myself. Like, it was kind of by the terms of, if I didn't ride good, I was benched for the rest of the season. So I wasn't going to be riding outdoors and nothing. So I took a big risk on myself, but I knew what I was capable of, and I'm really glad I did it now.
That's funny. I was literally going to ask you next, was there a lot of pressure from Bobby and Star? Because we always hear the stories that is kind of, it's I guess cutthroat is the best way to put it, where you perform or you don't race.
Yeah, definitely. It was definitely intimidating. Like I had coaches, team managers ringing me saying, hey, look, like, do you really want to take this chance? And I said, like, I end up in a spot that even if I did do well on this outdoor season, they're still going to come back to saying, hey, Kayden can't ride Supercross. So I think I needed to prove that I could, and I knew I could. Like, me and Swanee spoke about it, and I knew if I rode like I did at the training track, we would have no dramas. So I'm definitely glad that we took that chance.
That's cool. Yeah. Congratulations on the success so far.
Yeah. Thank you.
yeah, Kayden. So now that you're in the pro class and that you're riding with all these guys, what has been kind of a standout thing for you? What has come easy to you, and what has kind of struggled now that you're racing with such a deep field that it's not like the amateurs used to be?
Yeah, I think like what come easy was like my fitness. I've always been quite a person to be able to stay in it for the whole moto, and I think that's definitely one of my strengths. I take my off-bike training like pretty serious, and I'm pretty dedicated to making sure I come into this season like ready to go. So I think that definitely come easy. What I'm struggling with at the moment is just getting my starts done and like getting myself in a good spot, because look, there's 15 riders that could potentially win a race in our class. So getting a start is definitely, it's the key to getting yourself out and getting yourself in a good spot.
So what is it with the starts that you think you need to improve on? Because we know the bike's capable. I mean, that's been proven. So is it literally just simple technique stuff, confidence, or maybe both?
It's just been a little bit of technique stuff. We've kind of gone back to the drawing board this week, and we've kind of tweaked it a bit, and the practice starts have been really good. So I'm excited to go and like implement that on the weekend. So I'm looking forward to it.
You also mentioned your off the bike training. You feel really good. Your fitness is good. A lot of times we hear when the amateur kids go pro and they get on a team and they start pedaling with the guys that have been doing it a long time, they kind of get dropped. And were you able almost right away to keep up with the Cooper Webbs or Justin Coopers, the guys that have been doing it a long time? Were you in the same shape as the guys that have already been pro for a while?
Yeah, as soon as I come onto the program, I was pretty up there with like fitness wise, because I turned pro at 15, and I think like in Australia, and that really opened my eyes to damn, there is a lot more to this sport than just riding a dirt bike fast. So it kind of gave me a kick in the ass to get my stuff together and really work my butt off before coming over. So I think that definitely helped me a lot. I know a lot of the younger amateurs on this team definitely struggled with that a lot.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. I always say in my mind, it takes time, right? It's really kind of unfair to me for a young kid like yourself to get thrown into the pro ranks and to be expected to perform at the highest level right away. I feel like 2 or 3 years is what it really takes to adjust to the program, to the intensity, et cetera, but you just don't have that.
Yeah, definitely. It does take time. I'm grateful for having a very supportive mum. My mum's a personal trainer, so she knows what she's doing. Like, so she kind of gave me the kick in the butt when I was young to kind of get going early. So I think that definitely helps, and I'm really grateful for that.
Yeah, maybe she can give me some pointers to get prepared for Loretta's.
There it is.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Knowing her, she'd probably tell you go ride for 45 minutes. So that's what she kind of tells me.
Okay.
Tells me I don't do enough. So, no, she is really good with that stuff. So, yeah, it's good.
Was the you did Australian Supercross in 24, I believe, in SX2, got fourth. You kind of took some time probably to learn that pace, but was that at all comparable to learning American Supercross and just getting the timing down? Was it very helpful, maybe even compared to, say, SMX Next?
I want to say yes, but not really. The year I raced it, I don't think there was a single track that we skimmed the whoops. So, but like it kind of like got me to know what I was expecting. By the end of the season, we come around to the Melbourne Supercross, which is our biggest one in Australia, and I end up winning a moto and getting disqualified. But by then, I kind of had an understanding. But it all changed when I come over here. And the first day at the farm, I was like, "Oh my god, I don't think I can ride a dirt bike properly." But no, it's definitely kind of gives you the idea of what's going on.
Yeah.
So Kayden, so you mentioned, you're working on getting your starts down a little bit to that way you can start front. And obviously with this class being so volatile, that's the biggest key. But also through your racing career, how do you feel, where do you excel best? Is it working the way through the pack, slowly getting into a groove? Or do you think that if you do get one of those starts and that actualizes, that you will be able to run with the front group without getting maybe pumped up or maybe a little too excited riding over your head? How do you do in those scenarios?
Yeah, well, my strengths, my whole kind of career has always been starts. So that's why I've been kind of disappointed in myself this season, is they've been letting me down. So I think if I can get a start, like I'm kind of used to being up front, and I know my fitness is good. I know like my speed's good. So I think it's just putting myself in the right place, and I think the results will come with it.
How do you feel about just, you kind of disappointed in your starts, you just said that, but overall your riding, how do you feel in the first 2 rounds of pro motocross? I think you went 6:13 at Hangtown. If I'm not mistaken, you went down in the second moto at Hangtown, and
so did everybody did.
Well, yeah. Well, you basically half the field, and then Paula. Are you happy with your riding? Maybe not the results, but the riding.
Paula, not so much, I think, but it's the first round. You know what it's like. It's hard. You got nerves in the way, but Hangtown first moto, I was really stoked with my riding. I come through the pack to sixth. That was much better. I kind of felt like myself and felt like I was riding how I do at the training track. The second race was a little bit unfortunate. I didn't actually end up going down, but I ended up getting stuck on somebody's bike. So they all got up at the same time as I got going anyway. So, but no, like even the riding in the second moto, it wasn't bad. There's definitely things we could improve on. But yeah, like the consistency has been really good. We were just looking at some stats this week, and I think I was like the third most consistent. First, I was the most consistent rider out there with lap times. And then, but like, I definitely need to work on like qualifying. I think that's been letting me down a lot. On the weekend, I think I qualified like 16th. So I need to work on that. I've never been a qualifying guy. I struggle to put one lap together and just hang it out. I'm more of a get going as the motos go on. So we've been working on that as well. So I think if we can implement it all, the season's just going to keep building and getting better.
Yeah, and it's tough qualifying in this day and age because of the way they have to prep the tracks to last long enough for you guys throughout the day. You don't really know which session like the fastest lap's going to come from. So you can think like you can lay down a heater and be like second or third in the first qualifying or even the second and never get a chance to replicate it. So it's really hard to guess which one you need to put your efforts in.
Yeah, definitely. Exactly.
How are you at testing? Are you making bike improvements for you, or is that something that you also need to work on?
No, so since the start of the season, I haven't touched a single clicker. I think I developed because I was still amateur throughout the Supercross season. I worked on developing a really good setting and helping a few other boys out on the team find a setting that they enjoy. So I was developing a lot the bike and yeah, since the start at Parla, I haven't touched a single thing, and I'm really happy with how it is at the moment. Yeah,
that's good for you, I guess, and good for your mechanic. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
My mechanic loves it. He doesn't have to put the things they have on the side shrouds. What are they called? Oh, I forgot what they're called. And we don't have no grip tape on my bike, no seat bump. Yeah. My mechanic loves it. So he reckons I'm the easiest person he's ever mechanicked for.
Heck yeah. Kayden Minear tonight brought to you by Race Tech. Well, so you've talked about starts, need improvement there. You've talked about a few things you need to improve on, but what are the things that you've been focusing on like this week? I guess you've probably rode 2 days this week so far?
Yeah, we've only rode once.
Yesterday.
I'm just trying to kick this little cold that I've had since the last round. I've been struggling a bit with it, but I think we've got on top of it. So, no, it's been quite a relaxing week. We're just clicking off the motos. I think that's the biggest thing, just getting our motos under our belt, making sure we're staying consistent, and just feeling good coming into the weekend.
All right, so I got kind of two parts to this. So how has your first of all, you live in America now, you've came from Australia. How has that transition been? What do you like about the US? And then also your teammates, the guys that you're running mates that you have. Well, when we had Landon Gordon on the show a few weeks ago, you guys were chirping him pretty good in the chat, and it seems that you conveniently have not let them know that you're on the show tonight because they're not on there chirping you.
Nah, I've kept it pretty quiet. You can never trust what they're going to say on here. So, no, I've kept it pretty quiet. The transition from Australia to America has been pretty easy. I think that's one of the biggest things that really intrigued me about America compared to Europe is I struggled a lot when I went to Europe as a kid with the language barrier, the different foods. But Americans seem to be pretty easy. It's kind of, I just tell everybody back home, it's just a big Australia, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. A couple of differences, but
yeah.
We don't have guns in Australia, but kind of the same.
Yeah, I guess so. What is your favorite? Is there like a favorite American dish that maybe you had never heard of or never tried that when you kind of hear like Mexican food, or that's not an American dish, but we've kind of made it an American dish. You know what I mean? Is there something that you didn't have in Australia that, this is pretty good?
Nothing really stands out.
Yeah.
I struggled a little bit with the food moving over here.
Okay.
I think the quality of food's a little different from Australia, but like I do love a bit of like good Mexican food, and there's been a few good spots we've found in Dallas Airport, which are quite nice. So the stopovers each weekend, we go head there, hit that before we get on our connection flight. So no, it's been good.
Okay.
I know that in Aussie, like y'all have the meat pies and stuff. If you're ever there's a region close to us in Louisiana that has good meat pies. So if you ever find yourself in like South Louisiana, try the meat pies. I don't know why you'd be in South Louisiana, but
I could do with a good meat pie, that's for sure.
Okay, tell me what a meat pie is.
It's like
let Kayden tell me.
Okay.
It's just like a pastry that's kind of in like I don't even know it's kind of like a cup shape, and then they fill it with like beef and gravy, and then they kind of they connect all the pastry together so it's kind of covered, and then I don't know, it's just the best thing to ever exist, I guess.
Sounds pretty damn good, actually. Yeah.
You never had a Natchitoches meat pie?
I don't
from
think
Louisiana?
So.
Really?
No.
Well, Dark Side's a chicken nuggets kid, so he.
No, more like cheeseburgers and steaks. But yeah, I am a pretty picky eater. But growing up in Australia, you mentioned early on that the dream was to come here. But who were your heroes when you were growing up riding when you were a little kid?
I kind of like looked up to like the locals, like the Kyle Websters. It's pretty funny now that like we've raced together a couple of years ago, and he is one of my good friends. But growing up, like I really looked up to like Kyle. There was another local, Regan. Just a few of the local. I never really had like. I was always a Dungey fan.
Yeah.
But I was kind of so like locked into the whole Australian scene that I never really breached over to admiring many Americans.
That's probably a good thing now that you're here and having to kind of line up with some of those guys or even train with some of those guys that you're not a little bit in awe. You know, it's like, yeah, there's a dude. Who cares?
Yeah, to be honest though, it's kind of the opposite. Like you're always hearing about these dudes that are in America. They're like famous and like growing up in America, you see it like, our team, we go train at public tracks and kids are out there riding with us. Like, I think it's a bit of a different dynamic in America growing up. You grow up around the pro riders, so they're not like celebrities, as you would say. But in Australia, like you look at an American rider, you're like, wow, they're like famous, celebrity level, like, which we're not. At the end of the day, we're all just humans. So,
yeah. I think as the fans, I mean, I've been doing this quote unquote media thing for about 10 years, but obviously I grew up as a fan and I would ooh and ah over McGrath or Carmichael or whatever. And then now I get to know those guys. I'm like, yeah, man, they are just people. Like it's hard to put that in perspective sometimes when all you do is see them on TV and you just love to watch them do what they do.
Exactly. Like I'm hanging out with them every day. We're talking shit. Like we're giving each other shit. Like, at the end of the day, we're all just humans and we're here riding our dirt bikes. Like, it's not really that deep.
Right. True. Very true.
So, you know, kind of like the camaraderie, the talking crap to each other and stuff. So I have to ask you a question. You're the fastest guy at Star right now on the 250 side, right?
I'm not trying to ruffle any feathers.
Come on now.
Answer that question.
Scotty's trying to ruffle the feathers.
I'm definitely one of.
Yeah,
but,
okay.
Hey, look. We all work our asses off. We're all trying to dig every day. So it kind of fluctuates, to be honest with you. It changes every day because every day is a dig.
Yeah. What you guys train and do motos with the 450 guys, or are you split into groups? Do you do motos with Coop, Webb?
Yeah, so everything's together. Okay. Like it kind of just goes off qualifying times and some days the 450s will be in the middle of the 250 pack, like getting swallowed up. Like it all depends on the day and who's riding good and who's not.
Well, Webb is pretty good at chirping. He talks a lot of shit. Do you talk it back? Do you kind of give him some shit? Give him a little elbow here and there?
Or do you say, yes, sir?
Yeah, we all do. It is pretty good. Like it's a pretty easygoing, like everybody's kind of chill. Like we're all talking crap every day. So no, it's good fun.
Awesome. Well, Kayden, dude, I was telling Scotty before the show started, and I've interviewed you a couple times at races. I don't know if you remember at Salt Lake City. Like you interviewed Cole interviewed you on my I really like you, man. I think you got a great personality, and I think we're really lucky to have you over here. So hopefully you'll be around for a lot of years, and we'll keep getting you on the show as things progress. But it's great talking to you tonight, man.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. Good luck this weekend, and we'll talk soon.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Right. Yes, sir. That's Kayden Minear, brought to you tonight by Race Tech. Yeah, he's a funny kid, man. Like, he's real well spoken.
He seems very polished.
Seems to have, obviously has a lot of talent. So he's just one of those guys that I think can make an impact.
Yeah, I think his introduction to the classes has been a little different. And I didn't get to ask, like, did he really ever do Loretta stuff? Maybe like some A-class stuff?
I don't know that he ever got a result. He came over one year. I recall I was reading something about it to maybe I think he was going to do it, but I don't think he ever did. Like,
okay.
I looked at the results.
Can't remember if I've seen his name or not.
Didn't come up.
Okay, so then probably not. So yeah, see, he's a little bit different
I had
of a
in my notes
path.
to ask him, but then I just I feel like I'm sort of making it about me.
Of course.
Yeah, so I just didn't. But I don't think he ever came over here and actually did Loretta's. Maybe he got hurt. I don't remember. I do remember him mentioning like it was kind of a bucket list thing, but
okay. Well, I mean, no, his path has been a little bit different. So the fact that he's getting there now, I think that it might be a little more of a slow burn, but once he gets there, I think that he'll. I mean, all it's kind of interesting to see this new wave of crop of talent coming through Star. I mean, Cole Davies, even though he's now like a guy because of his Supercross title, I mean, he's the second year. I mean, he's new. We got Landon Gordon coming in. I mean, obviously you have Anstey and Mosem in there that's been there for a while. But other than that, like, their new wave of people is it's a lot of like, who knows what's going to happen. It could go several different ways.
The next generation is kind of brewing.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, for sure.
Let's go back to Hangtown a minute before we get into X Brand emails. And, we didn't talk about who's going to do which read tonight, but
cool.
don't worry about that. I might throw one at you in a minute.
Okay.
But yeah, going back to Hammaker or to Hangtown, the Chase Sexton thing.
Okay.
I feel bad for Chase Sexton right now. He's having just a lot of struggles.
I do.
We heard the rumor, that he maybe ghost rode his bike. He's frustrated. Like, how does Chase turn this around in your opinion?
Before we go to that, I want to try to kind of like put this get a perspective of how we think about this. And I don't want this to sound too harsh because I like Chase Sexton and I think he has all the talent in the world and capable, and he will overcome this some way, shape, or form.
I agree.
But so you mentioned that you feel bad for him and that this has been a tough situation and stuff. Like, if you're a parent, you have multiple kids, they grab something that's hot, you tell them, hey, don't touch that, it's hot. Like, hey, you have to stay away from this. This will hurt you. And then they keep doing it, and it happens again, and they just keep testing it, and they get burned, and you're like, well, I mean, I kind of told you, like, like, do you feel like that any way at all is kind of, he's in that scenario a little bit?
A little bit, yeah. A little
I mean,
bit,
I feel bad for him too. Like, I'm not saying it's 100% his fault, but like,
no, I think a lot of the blame is on him. I believe.
Yeah.
And I could go deeper into why I believe that, which isn't necessary. I think he needs to take a good look at himself to a degree. But I say I feel bad because you know how good he is and you know how frustrated he is. And when you're frustrated in life in general, and you react and you're doing whatever the thing is you're doing at the time and you're frustrated about, it generally isn't going to go well because you're frustrated. Then you get more frustrated.
Yeah,
then
it
just keeps spiraling because you can't like step back and be like, let's start over.
Especially in their scenario.
It's very, very difficult to do that.
It's a spotlight on every single thing he does. So like, that's a completely different
even like
scenario.
that, him having that reaction, like he was pissed off. He's probably pissed off himself because maybe he's pissed off the bike. I don't know. It doesn't matter. He's pissed off. I've slammed things. I've thrown helmets. I've done things.
But you're not being recorded on everything.
It's compounding with him right now. It's like one thing after the other. And then I was like, I felt bad for Rango. Maybe nothing happened to the bike at all. Maybe the bike was fine. I have no idea. But like, if I'm Rango, I'm like, dude, what the fuck,
it's not a good look, man.
Like,
it's not a
throw
good
your
look.
helmet. That's fine. Throw your shit. Don't throw
in
my
the
shit.
truck, or like go kick your $1 million RV.
Seems like it's spiraling down and down and down, for him. And I like Honda, he was doing really good, right? But he was talking the front a lot. We were kind of, it's kind of funny, haha. And then he switches teams, and the same thing kind of happens. And now, like, I'm not stoked on the team, and you're kind of going, okay, well, you weren't happy before. You leave, you go to another team, and it seems like every time it's worse.
I know.
But other people seem to be able to get along. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, and obviously he's admitted, like, hey, I'm an emotional guy.
Yeah.
He wears his emotions on his sleeves when it comes to racing.
I mean, that's fine.
It is unless it starts interfering.
Yeah. But I mean, it's crazy to see like how it's all developed. Last year when he was going to Cowie and it was, well, are you worried about what Prado's facing? And no, that shouldn't be in a scenario that I'm dealt with. And now it's kind of like he left. Prado went to the team that he left. Prado obviously looks fast on that thing. Better. His very few outdoor results that we've seen have been better than they were last year.
Yeah. Well,
and now we're in the scenario where it's like, well,
I think KTM was more of
personnel
more personnel.
thing. Yeah.
Where now I think Kawasaki is bike and personnel, possibly. But yeah, it's kind of like you have this guy that has so much talent, and he can't quite harness it properly. It's a different level, but it's almost like Austin Forkner.
Yeah.
Austin has so much talent, but he crashes, things happen, and now I feel like there's a mental block now with Austin.
For sure.
And like Chase is unbelievable. How many times have we heard say, "Oh, you could put all these guys on a stock, the worst bike, and they're still going to be so good"? I feel like Chase could do that.
Yeah.
If he mentally said, "F it, I know it. This Kawasaki's not exactly what I want, but I'm going to ride it to." But I kind of think he's, again, I don't know, man. I feel like he's just like, well, it's going to suck. So it does suck. Kind of like everybody told me, I'm not going to qualify. Well, then you're not going to qualify.
And you changed your mindset right before you got into it.
Before, but again.
And it worked out. But so the original question is how does he turn it around?
Yeah, how does he turn it around?
I think that there needs to be a mental shift.
I think that too. I think that's the 95% of the key.
I think that needs to happen. I will also ask this. Can he turn it around at Cowie?
I think he can if he really wants to and can change his attitude about it. Like he has whatever. If the bike's slow, let's say the bike's slow, okay? It's slow. You still can't ride it beyond its limit. You got to do the best you can with it. If it's chassis and you're super uncomfortable, I don't know what the answer is.
Right.
But I do. Now, when you say turn around, do you mean start winning?
Well, that's what you asked.
Well, you just asked me to. Maybe I missed.
No, you asked me how does he turn it around?
Yeah.
And
you asked me if I think he can. Right.
No, I said, do I think he can at Cowie?
Oh, okay. Okay. So, and I think he can, but that doesn't mean he can necessarily start winning.
But wouldn't that be turning around for Chase?
Honestly, I feel like if he could get top fives without crashing, I'd be pretty stoked. Just ride.
I mean, he's getting top fives with crashing. So
yeah, I guess. But there's just something different.
I know.
About
it's
how
not the
he's riding
same.
that bike.
It's not
and
the
it's
same.
like I don't even think of him anymore as a guy that's going to win. Like I've stopped thinking about when maybe Chase can win.
Yeah.
But that's because of his attitude, in my opinion. Like if he really was happy or trying to find a way to be happy and make it work, I'd be like, okay, he's going to figure this out. If he's pissed off and unhappy, then no, he's not going to figure it out.
Yeah. And so we agree that a mental shift needs to change. We kind of agree that we don't know if it can happen on Cowie or not.
I don't think it will.
So if it does happen on Cowie, would it look future ball? Let's look in a crystal ball kind of thing. Would it be because they did make a breakthrough on the bike and then that changed his mentality? Or do you think that he just has to change his mentality and the bike's going to be the bike? I feel like he's trying to do that, but it's not working.
Maybe. I don't believe from the things I hear that they're going to fix the problem with the bike because I think powers that be, certain people at KTM aren't going to allow that.
But I feel like they've been trying stuff
with some
though.
things, yes, other things, no.
So it's like we'll fix all this other stuff, but we're not core of the problem.
I think some of the things with the bike just can't be overcome without a complete redesign.
Yeah, which is
they just can't. So yeah,
it's definitely like
at that level. Like you and I, probably fine, right? We're not going to notice at that level when they're trying to get that 0.11% up to from 99 to 100. It's just not there.
And you have to be at that level to beat Jet Hunter at this rate. So like, I mean, it's definitely one of the most head scratching scenarios that I've seen in this sport probably ever.
Yeah, it's just been trending down for him for a couple years now. And even when he was riding really well and in title hunts for KTM, it kind of felt like it's not perfect because I don't think he was completely stoked there.
Yeah, it just like he's totally capable of this being just the who's gonna win Jet Hunter or Chase. Like he has the talent to do that.
Yeah.
And we just haven't seen it yet. And I hope we do from a fan perspective, for the sport, for him, everything. I hope that we see that at some point.
Real quick before we get into X Brand Tear-Offs, WMX first round this week. That was an awesome race that the televised Moto2. Charlie and Lachlan battled. Charlie casing that triple, because she tried to jump.
Yeah.
Like that was a hell of a battle. That was a really fun race to watch. I was excited by it.
Yeah, I saw Lala give her the sauce a little bit.
Yeah, they were battling, man.
Yeah.
And then this weekend we've got the FIM two-time world champion coming in, Lot Van Drunen. I hope I said that right. Lewis said it earlier, and I didn't. I don't know if I said it properly, but
I thought it was Lottie.
maybe it is. It might be Lottie. You may be very well. You may be correct. So I apologize that I don't know her name, how to say it properly. But she's coming in.
Do you think she sweeps him or?
No, I don't think so.
I've heard that she's pretty dominant.
Yeah, but I think
Lala's fast.
Yeah, Lachlan's very fast too. So, does this excite you anymore for women's motocross?
Yeah,
this coming
I
weekend?
mean,
are you is it one of the motos you're like, I actually want to watch this? I can't.
I think that'll make it interesting.
Yeah.
Anytime the best of another discipline comes to an area where they can be on the same playing field, it's always cool to see. So yeah, that definitely makes it worth.
Yeah, I'm actually excited.
I'll be more into watching it because of that than normally. Yes.
I've always felt like I've kind of supported WMX. I do think it's a good thing to have. I feel like it's important to get girls and young ladies that might want to watch racing, having people to look up to. So I'm into it. And I'm really stoked that the racing is actually pretty good at the front, what we get to see. There's probably battles going on in the back with the slower girls battling each other that we don't even know about. But it's really good racing.
It is. They're going fast too. Like they're hauling.
Yeah. Do me a favor. I'm going to do the X Brand read and do the emails.
Mm-hmm.
TJ just sent us a text in our group. Because he sent look that information up in the text that we need to read, and we'll do that in a minute too. So yeah, X Brand email. Sorry guys. See clear, ride fearless. With X Brand goggles, vision is your advantage. Engineered for clarity, comfort, and durability, EKS goggles keep your focus sharp through roost, rain, and ruts. Trusted by champions and built for every rider. Crystal clear optics and all-day comfort with zero distractions. Ride with EKS because every second counts. Go to EKSbrand.com. I was wearing my X Brand goggles this weekend in a very, very muddy, rainy race. We're going to get all of that in a minute. But the X Brand emails tonight, let's start with this one. All right, this came from our top 5 last week where we did top 5 TV show theme songs. Mason Krog sent us a message. His top 5 theme songs are Blue Mountain State. I don't know these shows.
His top shows?
Theme show songs. Remember that was top 5 last week?
Blue Mountain State was good. That's a good one. That's a good
What is that show about?
It's about I can't remember what channel it came on. I think it was like Spike TV or something like that. Yeah. Maybe it'd been something else. I can't remember. Anyways, it's about a guy that goes. He's a backup quarterback, and like he wants to be on the football team because he's like he wants to enjoy the lifestyle of like partying and all this stuff, but he doesn't want the actual spotlight of being like the quarterback. Oh, and it's just like a bunch of shenanigans and stuff that they get into as football players.
A drama, both?
It's a comedy. Okay, yeah, cool. It's funny.
Right.
It's funny.
The rest on his list are Deadliest Catch, That 70s Show, What's New Scooby-Doo, and SpongeBob.
Yeah, that's a good list.
Yeah, that is a good list. Okay, next up from Vathic. He's based off that top 5 last week. He just said, and we were talking about movies. Remember we were talking about movies in the 45-minute preview, which actually I wish I'd grabbed that email because somebody said there's no way it was 45 minutes.
That's what
Dude, I'm telling you, man, me and Gunnar, my son, we're timing it. We were like, holy shit. Okay. Anyway, he says, have you seen the new Masters of the Universe movie yet? Which I haven't. And he said, I hate going to the cinema, but I'm thinking about going to see it again. It's the movie we deserved in the 80s. So you're younger, but I grew up like a Masters of the Universe, He-Man, She-Ra. That was
okay. I was like, I didn't know what you were talking about.
He-Man, Castle Grayskull, and there was a really crappy He-Man movie in the 80s. I think Dolph Lundgren might have been.
Oh, yeah.
Might have been He-Man. I can't remember, but it was terrible. So, but I think I don't know if I'll actually go to the theater to see that, but I do want to see it at some point. Eric Beam, congrats, my friend, on your great ride. You put it in to get to Loretta's. If you need any support to help wrenching, let me know. Eric, I appreciate that. I think I'm going to have lots of help. I actually got a bunch of people saying, hey, I'll be there if you need anything.
Yeah.
But I do think I'll have a lot of help. But
they're going to take care of their dark side.
Yeah, well, I mean, like Aiden said he's going to be my mechanic, but then I'm going to have a lot of my close friends there.
Yeah.
Kiefer's going to be there. And
you'll figure it out.
So, yeah, Mathis needs to come prep my gate. That's what we need to do.
Y'all should have made a bet.
Huh?
Y'all should have made a bet.
Yeah, right? This is just a text that I was kind of stoked on Sunday during the race. It's not an email, obviously, from Filthy Phil Nicoletti. How we doing? And I said, I kind of gave him the rundown, which we'll get to later. They had postponed on Saturday. I told him in my very first moto, I got 5th in my plus 50 class. And he said, fuck yeah, keep digging, cunt. Perfect Filthy Phil.
Yeah.
Made me smile, made me laugh.
Took the edge off a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I responded with will do, fuckface. And he said dialed. So, that really made me feel good in the middle of a rough day racing, the conditions we were in, to get that from Phil. Okay. This is from Michael Jarasco. Hey, buddy, I don't have anything to add to the top 5 bad movies you still watch, which is our top 5 tonight. But listening to you all banter made me think of a topic. What about top 5 things your buddies do that get on your nerves?
That's a good one. We can do that next week.
Let's do that when TJ and Chase are in. Like one of them are in so we can have everybody.
For sure.
So I like that. So we need to make a note of that. Okay? That's a good one. And, yeah, that's really it on the emails this week. So not a ton. Do you have that message from TJ? He mentioned last week that he wrote a little article, like a review on the communication system.
Oh, okay. Can you explain what it? I'll explain the details of the code.
Yeah.
I haven't been. I don't really know what it is. It's just communication system.
Yeah. It's
okay.
Didn't you guys use it when you went riding?
Is that what we used?
Yeah.
I don't know things, man.
He brought it up last week. Remember he talked about it?
Maybe. Okay.
You have all the details there.
There is a
helmet communication
yes,
system.
it's called that
TJ tested. We're actually gonna do a video and a segment on the 3 of us going riding.
It's called the EJEAS. It's a comm system.
Yep.
It's on Amazon. Let me get back to this.
I should have prepared for this, guys.
We have a promo code, all caps, MotoXpod 26, Amazon discount, 15% off. It cannot be combined with the other offers. The final price is $118.99. Promo code MotoXpod 26.
All caps.
Okay, yeah.
That's good.
It's good for 6 months.
It's
first 100 customers.
If you're interested in an in-helmet communication system where you go riding with your buddy, especially if you're doing off-road,
I don't know if
dual sport.
Yeah, I would say I don't know if it's the one that if he's got a new one since the ones that him and I have used.
He did get a better version, I think, but it's the same company.
Okay, the ones that him and I have used are fantastic.
Yeah.
They work very well. They fit in your helmet. Most of your helmets are going to have a spot for them. It's probably been one of the coolest things I've experienced with riding, being able to talk. It's very safe, especially when you're riding trails, to be able to communicate and know where you're at, telling each other when obstacles are coming up, all that kind of thing. It's definitely something you should look into. So yeah, EJEAS.
EJEAS, but maybe we can post this link or something. But yeah, it's I haven't had a chance to use it yet. TJ's been using it. He's raving about this system, and you can get a discount if that's something you're interested in. He's really hyped on it.
Yeah,
we'll check it out.
We need to get a link to it on our website.
Yeah, but again, I'm trying to figure out the best way to do this. I'll you know what I'll do? I'll try to figure out how to share it on my Instagram. But if you're interested in this, in a helmet communication system, this is one that you guys should check out. We're going to do, I think there's this, go to MotoXpod.com. There's this, he wrote
story about it.
I'm almost positive he wrote something about it. I'm blanking right now too. So I guess I'm an idiot also.
I'm sure
Sorry, man. It's been a rough day. But we do have a discount code that can save you a bunch of money. MotoXpod 26. We'll put some links in our stories and YouTube and all that. We'll add it to the YouTube tonight and all that good stuff. So, TJ, I'm sorry, man. I was not as prepared as I needed to be for this. That's my bad. Let's do grill your ass off, bring the heat. You know what would have helped this, TJ, is if you'd been here. That would have helped.
Well, To be honest, the text message was very vague. It just says, "Hey, we have a code."
I knew what the earlier text was to prepare us, and I didn't get to it. That's completely on me. Grill your ass off. If you're looking to grill a savory steak, bake a delicious chicken breast, make the perfect roasted potatoes, or fry bacon for breakfast, Grill Your Ass Off has a seasoning to elevate the experience. Jason Murph is a military vet and motocross enthusiast, and his line of seasonings cannot be beat. I'm telling you guys, I bring it up every week. I post photos about it and links. Everybody that's listening to our show eats at some point.
Yeah.
You know what?
You have to.
And if you
Not
add
gonna
Grill
be here
Your Ass
long.
Off seasoning, it's going to make everything you eat better. Go buy some. Darkside MX3 to save. It's all caps. To save you 20%.
Which one did you use on the steak you ate before the show?
I use Ma Deuce on one side and gunpowder on
Oh,
the other.
nice.
Yep.
That
Doubled
sounds
up.
good.
Yep. So I made that last night.
Before we get into this, do you want to call TJ real quick so he can
Is he
explain it a
safe to
little
call
better?
him?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Hang tight. Yep.
Yeah, because we're idiots. We're retards,
Well, I
apparently,
know.
so we can't.
Dude, I was not prepared, man.
I didn't really know what was going on.
Well,
I
you
apologize.
never know what's going on
No,
with the
that's
show.
true. I don't know why you expected me to all of a sudden
it's my fault. I had meant to deal with it. So let's get TJ on. He can do a much better job. You there?
What's up, man?
Hey, go ahead.
All right. So it's called Aegis is the name of the company.
But it's spelled EJEAS, correct?
Yes, that's
Okay.
it. That's how it's spelled. I've actually bought I bought maybe 5 of their communicators, right?
Yeah.
And I sent them an email, tell them how much I like it. They sent us ones to test that we talked about. And then I made a video on our YouTube. I didn't write an article about it. I made a video,
right. Yep.
just a video, just kind of explaining how it works. We're going to get together. You were doing some small race, getting ready for some small race that has no meaning. And
Yes.
so you couldn't.
Yes.
So hey, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
But anyways, and so if the listeners want to go, for the first 100 customers, they have a discount code. The cool thing about this communicator, if you have like one of the other companies like Cardo, or I can't remember the name of the other one, this one will link with the Cardos. So if your buddies have Cardos, you can link this one with their stuff.
Wow, that is really cool. See, yeah, I'm glad you should have just had us call you to begin with.
Well, I've been working, and then I saw the show on, and then I just sent that. But no big deal. There's a video coming, and like I said, we can post to our social media. But if anybody's interested, they have all different price brackets. This is their most expensive one, which is still about a quarter of what the Cardo costs, maybe a third of what the Cardo costs, and it is tremendously good. Like Scotty and I have ridden with their cheap ones, the cheapest ones they have, which are like, I want to say they're like $50-$60.
Yeah.
And that's the ones that Scotty and I've been riding with. These that I have are the new ones are actually amazing. Like, so yeah.
Does the code work for any of them or just the high end one?
That I don't know.
Okay.
I think it's just for the Q8, the new one.
Yeah.
That's what the code is for. And also like if you're into listening to music, you can Bluetooth it to your phone and listen to music with it. And then if you what's called wireless mesh, let's say we have a group of 10 riders, Jamie's listening to music, he could actually turn the music on where everybody can hear the same music you're playing, all kinds of stuff like that.
That would make me happy after last week when you came into my house and turned my stereo down.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, we will have a lot more content on this. It's just cool to see somebody making an amazingly good product that is affordable.
Yeah.
And they have a video of them driving a car over one of these communicators, and it still works afterwards.
Wow.
Like,
Well, my apologies.
No,
apologies to Aegis for not being prepared. That's completely on me. You sent it with plenty of time, and I just forgot.
No worries. But yeah, like I said, we'll get a video coming out soon. I just wanted to get that out there because, like I said, they gave us a discount code for the first 100 people that want to order one.
That's sick. All
right, guys. Y'all enjoy your show.
Okay, man. Thanks, TJ.
See ya.
Later.
There you go, guys. And we'll still link the Amazon thing and everything to our YouTube at the end of the show. So if you guys want to click it, it'll be there. All right. Grill your ass off. Bring the heat. Do you have any?
No, you go first.
Okay. So Loretta Lynn's qualifier regional this weekend was muddy, nasty, horrible. I mean, I've never ridden a track with so much mud. My bring the heat is the start on Sunday after all the rain. There was literally like a pond in the middle of the start that they just left all day. and I like the Mo's. They're very good to me. But if you didn't get out the gate first or second, you got completely blasted by this puddle.
Yeah,
You couldn't see.
If it was unavoidable, I would say okay, but like it could have been fixed with a little bit of a tractor.
I really believe you could have drugged that out
Like, to
and
go
spread
all
it,
day
even
to
just spread it so it wasn't just a puddle the entire. I don't know, man. It sucked because I sucked at starts this weekend.
Yeah,
And a part of it was mental because I knew I was in my head. I'm like, I'm not going to get the whole shot against these 450s, so I'm going to get blasted. And then the first turn is deep, muddy ruts. And I literally cannot see. It's like I'm blind. I'm pulling tear-offs. So it could have, I believe, I'm not a track owner. I don't do track work, but I believe it could have been avoided to some degree, a large degree. So that was a bit of a frustration. My other one, probably going to get some heat for this, bring the heat. Please, for the love of God, somebody tell James Stewart it's Jorge Prado.
Oh, that was going to be one of
not
mine.
Prada. Come on, man.
It's not. Yeah, it's not. It's not
Prada.
devil. It's not Devil Wears Prada. It's.
I try not to complain about the TV stuff. I'm glad we've got James Stewart in the booth, man. It's freaking awesome. It's Prado. Prado.
Yeah, that's a bad one.
I don't know what
I've
else says
noticed-
Prado, man. It bothers me. It really bothers me. That's it. That's all I got.
Okay, so I got one. It is also did happen at the Red Link qualifier. So we had actually. It's funny because to preface this, you had mentioned that this might be your bringing the heat. So it's a mud fest. I was there. I wasn't even there very long, just for a little bit. But your bike was completely covered in mud. You had a break before your next round of motos. So I was like, instead of you sitting in there in the sun and the heat washing your bike, I was like, I'll go over there and wash your bike for you.
Yep.
No big deal. So we were over there. All we had was a hose at first, and it wasn't really working that well. And then some people had their pressure washer hooked up to the water thing, and another person was using it at the time. But a kid came over and said, "Hey, when he's done, if y'all want to use a pressure washer, y'all go right ahead." We were like, "All right, thanks, bud. Appreciate it. We will do." So we're sitting there waiting, and it's like you're at a mud race. First motos hadn't even finished, so I know this guy had another race. And he washed his bike like he was about to put it in the garage. Yeah, like got all the mud off the tires and everything.
That, yeah,
and like just got in between everything, which is like he was like washing it to like really wash it.
Yeah.
And so we were waiting, and everybody knows Dark Side's impatient. So
I was just saying, I'm doing my drive-through type of
impatient.
puffiness. Like
So this happened. That's not my bring the heat fully. So it's funny because you're mentioning like, hey bro, it's not, you don't have to get it that clean. It's not that big of a deal. And so you just get the big spots. And it was funny, like we're watching. So he finally, after he washes his tires like 4 times, hands over the pressure washer. And so we start washing the bike and you're like, dude, just get the big stuff. Don't worry about anything little. And so I'm like, I definitely am not about to do the tires because we just ragged on this kid for doing it. So I'm not going to start doing the tires. I wash everything that I can, all the big parts. I definitely try to get into like the little nooks and crannies of the motor so that it can cool well and stuff. And then I'm like, okay, I got pretty much everything. And you're like, oh, well, let me see this. I'm going to get a couple other spots that you missed. And it's like, bro, there
was a chunk between the front sprocket and the guard. There was a chunk of mud. I want to get that out.
Okay, I guess I missed that part.
I didn't want to be like, hey, get that. I didn't want to tell you to do it. So
I guess I just couldn't see. Yeah. I was trying to get all those little nooks and crannies.
It was literally a specific thing that I kept seeing. And
I guess I missed it.
Yeah, you just didn't see it. And I didn't want to be like, hey, don't forget that. I was trying not to
but
be a
it was
dick,
funny.
I get it, though. Yeah.
It was kind of just funny that like we were ragging on this kid. And then it was like, oh, yeah, I got to get this one more little detail.
Yeah. It was a specific thing that I was concerned with. But
it was definitely, it's red clay. It's definitely muddy.
But since you're patting yourself on the back, thank you for.
I'm not patting myself on the back.
You did come out to support me. TJ
I left before you actually made it.
He was going to support me and come out, and he didn't show up. He texted finally later. Sorry, man. He actually had something he had to deal with. But
a tee time did become more important than your second moto, but I was out there.
Yeah, you came out. You brought my goggles down for me and held my goggles. And when I had roll-offs and regular goggles, you kind of had those for me. So, yeah, man, I appreciate it.
It was very weird weather for sure.
Yeah. But we'll get more into the Loretta's thing here. I actually just texted Nick, trying to see if we can get Nick on so early. We got about 10 minutes. He's texting back right now. Okay. It's going to be a little quiet time for just a second. Everybody just take a break.
So I'll give the listeners a little insight. It was
5 minutes on Nick. So
okay.
5 minutes.
It's funny, like to kind of to watch the whole cycle of you at Loretta's it's like I don't think you really expected to get fifth in the first moto in the plus 50, and then watching you actualize that it might be like a reality, like you might actually be making it. And it's funny, you're like, oh, I'm not trying to make too big of a deal about it, but I'm kind of nervous, but I'm not that big of a deal. But okay, but I need to take this serious, but I don't take it too serious. But I kind of suck, but I'm actually doing good. It was just watching the whole mental thing go through was entertaining for sure.
We will, after we get Nick on, we'll talk more about the details of that. But since he said he needs 5 minutes to find a place to park, so let's talk about Renthal real quick. Where's that other read? It's right here.
I think I've got you.
No, I'm looking for something specific.
Oh, okay.
All right. When you think motocross handlebars, you think Renthal. Why? Well, I need something.
Okay.
You're looking at me like there's another sheet of paper I was looking for with Renthal. So yeah, it's not just that. Why? Because Renthal has been the worldwide leader in motorcycle handlebars for over 50 years, racking up hundreds upon hundreds of world titles. Renthal continuously lands on the podium with teams including Honda, HRC, Red Bull, KTM, Monster Energy, Pro Circuit, Kawasaki, Progressive, Suzuki, and many more. So visit renthal.com and you can use their new direct-to-consumer shopping experience for free shipping on orders of $99. Right? You get a new pair of handlebars, obviously they're going to be more than $99. And just so you know, the 661, which is the Kiefer-developed, Eli Tomac used fat bar, those are in stock right now, as well as the 995 equivalent in the twin wall. They are in stock. Tapered grips are in stock. Lock-on grips are in stock. Lots and lots of cool stuff. There is merch in stock, Renthal t-shirts, Renthal toboggans, hoodies, all that good stuff. So yeah, lots going on at Renthal. I believe I'm now going to be on the rider supported list because I did qualify. So that's kind of feels cool.
Yeah, it's going to be cool, man.
I did text Paul and I said, can you put my name right under Jet Lawrence? And he didn't say yes. He didn't say no, but he didn't really dignify that with the answer. But yeah, renthal.com. Lots going on there. World's best handlebars. Check them out. Wow, man. Wow, man.
Yeah.
Acerbis USA. It started with a passion for the ride and the drive to build something better. Acerbis became more than a name. It became the armor for every rider who believes in pushing past limits. Our plastics aren't just parts, they're identity. Okay, Nick's ready. Let's just get him on. We'll go straight to Nick, and then we'll come back to that stuff. Since it's
going to be brought to you by Acerbis.
What's that?
He can be brought to you by Acerbis.
He's Guts.
Oh.
Yep. Sorry. All right, our next guest of the night is going to be brought to you tonight by Guts Racing. Elevate your ride with Guts Racing seat covers, trusted by top pros and everyday riders alike. Designed for maximum traction and durability, Guts seat covers keep you locked in when the track gets rough and the stakes get high. And my Guts seat cover, Scotty, kept me locked in the muddiest conditions I've ever rode in this weekend.
Here we go.
At Swan. But tonight, Guts Racing brings us from the Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki team, Nick Romano. What's up, Nick?
How's it going, guys?
It's going good, man. It's going really good. How are you, man? Did you ride today or was it yesterday? What days do you guys ride?
Typically Tuesday, Wednesday, but I just rode yesterday this week since we're going to Elevation and we have press day Friday. So just rode yesterday at Paula and it was a good day. Just kind of laying low this week, getting ready for the weekend.
How do you feel about racing at Elevation? Has that affected you in past? Do you get elevation sickness at all?
To be fair, I've only done it not even a handful of times. So give or take, like Salt Lake for me, I kind of felt a little sickness, but then again, I don't know if it was an elevation sickness or what it was. Yeah. But at least for this coming weekend, I have a lot better game plan of, what to eat and what to do and, what to drink for hydration and all that kind of stuff. So, I'm looking forward to it.
All right, so starting the outdoor season, 9th at Fox, I believe, 6th at Hangtown. Riding really well. You lost a few spots in some of the motos, but I feel like you're running up front for a little bit. You're getting the pace back. Are you happy with? I don't know, are you content right now with how you're riding? How do you feel about your riding so far?
Riding has been very well. Content, maybe not the best word, but I do feel like I've exceeded, my expectations. And, honestly, after Supercross, I didn't know what I was going to do. And Mitch gave me the opportunity to, start the outdoors and just see where it kind of took me. And, with a 9 overall at Paula and a 6th at Hangtown, like it's definitely, it's safe to say now I'm confident that I'm a top 10 guy, right? And I didn't have any expectations going into the outdoors. I just kind of knew my starts were going to be good and take it from there kind of thing. But yeah, no, it's been good. I'm riding well. Like, dude, the bike is honestly incredible. And the team is amazing, and it's just a great group right now. So, yeah, I think like definitely have done well the first 2. I think there's a lot more in the tank, and for me, it's kind of just figuring out, like what works for me and what doesn't, because I missed all of racing last year, and then in 2024, like when I did, all summer and all year, I had Epstein Barr, so it was kind of like I was stuck on like a 50% level that whole summer, to where now like I'm finally healthy and fit and on a good bike, and like everything's clicking, and I haven't really had that since my rookie year, so it's kind of just trial and error right now. But no, I feel good, and I'm really excited for these next couple of races.
Mitch keeping you on for outdoors, and he said to some people that, hey, if you keep doing well, we got to keep bringing them, right? So does that add pressure to keep doing well, to keep the support from Mitch, or does it kind of take some pressure off where like at least what you have to do?
I don't know, to be honest. I haven't really thought of it in any kind of way. Like, the way I'm looking at it is just like I have a bike that's really good, and I have an opportunity in front of me that I haven't had in a long time. So no pressure really. Like, obviously I've done well, and I think I can do better, and Mitch knows that, and the team knows that, and everyone around me does. So kind of just keep going racing, and obviously my goal now is to get a top 5 overall and get that podium, and so on and so forth. So no, for me it's just really normal. Like I don't know, I had a crazy last couple of years, so now that I have it all in front of me, it's like, let's go do it type of thing.
Yeah, it's funny, the couple times I've talked to you, and then I've heard you with Lewis Phillips interviews or Steve Mathis or whatever, you do seem like you're just kind of enjoying it. You are very thankful and understand the opportunity that it's almost a second chance, right, with the factory style team. And yeah, I never sense for anytime I hear you talk that you feel any pressure right now. You're taking advantage of it. You're going to do the best you can.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's truly it. Like I feel like I've learned, from the past years. I've taken the good and I've kind of thrown away the bad. And, for me, it's just, like I said, I have this opportunity, in my hands right now. And it's kind of like the time is now. We can all agree it's a second chance, right? Or second opportunity to kind of get the ball rolling again. And just the whole, like, honestly, the whole entire team from Mitch down, every mechanic, like Jim driver, our truck driver, like it's just a good group right now. And dude, at the races, like between Levi, Seth, and myself, like it's truly like a dream trio, if that makes sense. Like the banter's good during the race day, and we're all feeding off each other, and like I want Levi and Seth to win, obviously, and I want to do good for Mitch. And it's just like it's a really good and fun environment under the PC rig right now. And obviously it's somewhere I want to be long term. And I just kind of am doing my thing right now. And like I said, no pressure, just go out and ride, take it gate drop by gate drop, really.
Absolutely.
Yeah, dude, ride for PC is such like a legendary thing. It has to just be kind of surreal to do that. So going into this race specifically this past weekend, obviously the first moto, your battle with Joe was incredible. It stole most of the broadcast. I loved watching it, and it seemed like you were really gaining confidence through that battle. And as that race progressed, obviously dropping to 7th isn't ideal. I would imagine that maybe we got a little tight during that first moto because of the battle. And so then in the second moto, when you started up front as well, I'm not going to lie, I kind of expected maybe for that drop to happen again, and it didn't. You stayed in 4th. What was kind of the difference in those two races, how they progressed out, what clicked in the second moto, and just how both of those kind of played out?
Yeah, honestly, yeah, the first moto, like like you guys said, I was up front battling with Joe, and everything was going well. And obviously, as you guys know, Joe's not a slouch. Like, he's the defending SMX champ. So for me, it was kind of like I didn't really know who was behind me. Like I said, I'm just out there, doing what I can. And it was funny. Like I had a couple people come up to me and they were like, "Oh, dude, your defensive routing's so good." And I'm like, "Dude, I wasn't even trying to be defensive." Like that's kind of just how I ride and how I roll. So, yeah, it's been good. We made a couple bike changes on the suspension side for Moto 2 because that's kind of another thing. Like I went from kind of getting thrown into Supercross and riding someone else's setup to then I had like a week and a half of testing to try and find something that I like on the bike for MX. And there's just a lot of, like I said, trial and error. And I'm finally figuring out, what works on that bike and maybe say what doesn't, or kind of in that aspect. So we made a bike change for Moto 2 and I got really lucky off that first turn kind of start and got away at like maybe 5-6 and worked my way up into second. I was behind Deacon Deno and made the pass on him, and honestly was cool and content with where I was. And yeah, like 20-25 minutes came around in that moto, and I'm not gonna lie, I honestly was like waiting for the bonk to happen, and it didn't. And my mechanic gave me 4 laps on the board, and I was like, oh wow, like I have the stamina now. And it's just little things that I've been searching for throughout the first couple races, right? And every moto I gather something that I need, or I take away from it as a positive. And like I said, in that Moto 2, it was just all hands on deck, and I felt good. The bike was working great, and I could just do my laps. So it was a good feeling to finally accomplish a full 35 minutes without fading. And I had Juju right there at the end and my fingertips. So just like, little confidence boosters all around that, make me happy.
Yeah. With the fitness, do you feel like you're lacking a little bit because you didn't race much last year? Or like, I know you were preparing to race even before you got the pro circuit deal. So do you feel like you just weren't training enough, or was it just because of a lack of time because of how last year went?
No, I wouldn't say a lack of time. I mean, maybe race time, yes, but like, there's just so many things that go into it, right? That you forget, or, you'll watch a 35 or outdoor on the couch, and yeah, you see the guys dicing it up or whatever, but you really forget like how gnarly and intense that is in the moment, So, between lappers and, whoever's behind you or in front of you. And that was another thing for me too. Like when I did race my last year on Star, my last summer, it was like I had really bad sicknesses and I was very limited. And, I go back and watch races from that year, and I would, start up front, but then I'd end up going from 4th to 15th or 18th or whatever. But that was really all I had in the tank. So it was almost like that. I kind of finally broke through that mental block of being like, okay, well, I'm not in that part of my life anymore, and I'm healthy and I can actually keep pushing, so it's just a lot of little things that are finally, coming back to me and clicking. So, yeah, that's kind of that.
Nick Romano tonight, brought to you by Guts Racing. I want to talk to you about the transition from amateurs, where you were highly touted, to pros, and how difficult that is. We just had Kayden Minear on, and I said, like, I feel like it takes 2 or 3 years, really, in my opinion, for a kid to go from amateur to pro, to really figure it all out, make that transition, to really be at the top level. It doesn't always, but that's, in my opinion, that's about what it needs. You had a lot of, you talked about Epstein-Barr, you had some knee injuries, I believe, collarbone, a lot of difficulties that made your transition very difficult. So was there ever a time, like in the last year and a half, where you're like, kind of like Matt LeBlanc? I think Matt came in the same time you did, where you was like, maybe I'm done. Maybe I'm going to just give this up. So that's first part. Second part is, how difficult really was it mentally and physically to make that transition once you jumped into the pros and was like, oh shit, maybe this is a little different than going racing Ponca or Loretta's?
Yeah. For me, the transition was, I'd say, easy, but it was just kind of like when I went pro, I did, outdoors in 2022, and dude, I was 17 years old, and I was in that crazy Star era where, they were coming off a bunch of championships and we had a lot of guys and whatever. And I took kind of what I learned going from 22 to 23. And then I got hurt, missed all of 2023. And then I come back for 2024, and yes, I race every race, but I was battling a bunch of different things, and trying to get healthy in the middle of all that. So it was kind of like that year was, I wouldn't say a blur, but it was just a rough year. And then like, again, missing all of 2025. It's almost like, if you really think about it, I've had a year on, year off, year on, year off. And it's really hard to stack momentum and all those things that go with it, because you look at like a Levi or a Rider D, or, people I raced, my B/A years amateur, and, they haven't really necessarily gotten hurt that, as much as me, and they've stacked all the years. And, at the end of the day, every year, kind of goes on top of each other. So, I think I've lost a little bit of that, but, put that all behind me, I got to do what I got to do now. And that's just keep doing what I'm doing and keep learning. So, like I said, I'm just looking forward to it, honestly, because I am very happy right now. I'm riding good. I feel good. And, just keep going.
Yeah. So never a moment though, where you're like, maybe I should walk away. That never occurred to you, or never thought of it.
No, yeah, for sure did. I sure did. I mean, there's a lot of nights where I didn't know what I wanted to do, but at the end of the day, it's kind of like, what else am I going to do? Go get a normal 9-to-5 job, or go start my own business, or like, I don't want to live the normal 9-to-5 life. And, I always just stuck with it. And, there were some dark days or tough times, but, I'm glad I did, because now I have a whole different, look on racing and living this life that we live, because it's honestly amazing.
Yeah, honestly, dude, I'm proud of you, man. I think it's great to have you back, and the perseverance. It's a really cool story. So congrats on that.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I appreciate it a lot.
Yeah. So kind of going into that a little bit more, the injuries and stuff that you mentioned, obviously that's an unfortunate part of our sport. It does allow for the ability to have redemption, like you kind of had one of those moments this weekend. It's cool to see that you're digging into it and you're still fighting to get back to where you think that you are, where we're supposed to be. When through your amateur career, do you think that the way the amateur program is trending, you guys are going through training camps, you're kind of one of the first guys to go all the way through that. Do you think that everything in your amateur career set you up for success and the injuries were just unfortunate? Or do you think that there was maybe some things now in hindsight that you could have done a little bit differently in your amateur career to maybe prevent some of those things from happening?
I'm not sure. That's a tough question. I think like the amateur racing in the States is, it's a lot of, whatever it is, 4 to 5, they call it major events, right? That we all kind of, would put in a big effort for, a month leading up to that to get ready, for like a Loretta's or a Minios. And then it was kind of like, after Loretta's, you take a month off, or, you don't have anything coming up until, Thanksgiving, which that was Minios. So like it was, I don't know. I think there's it's just a lot different, like obviously now with pro racing, we race basically, all year round, and we get 2 to 3 weeks off after SMX, and it goes right back in the, the gnarliest part of the year, which is off-season training, right? So it's just a lot different. I think with me, I kind of learned a lot more as I got older, and as I kind of went through it. I thought it was going to be easier than what it was. And yeah, the injuries, I mean, it's part of the sport, right? It happens to a lot of people, right? So I don't know. That's really a tough question, but or say like a Europe. I know the European kids, like they race, basically all year round, but then they're on outdoors or for, all of their time. So it's just a lot different, but I'm not really sure.
Well, Nick, man, I'm glad to have you back. It was cool seeing you in Birmingham, coming back, and just, I hate it when riders, like I mentioned, Matt, it just doesn't work out, and maybe the dream kind of falls short. And you getting the second chance. It's really a cool story, in my opinion. So we're definitely keeping an eye on it, and I think you're going to keep improving. And I really appreciate you. Got another one?
I was going to say that top 5's coming. You mentioned it at the beginning. It's coming for sure.
For sure. But I just want to say thanks for doing this tonight, man. It means a lot to us, and we'll be following you all season.
Yeah, no, thank you for reaching out. Anytime, and appreciate the kind words. So we'll keep trucking along, and I'm here to stay this time.
Good to hear, man. We love it, man. So all right, good luck this weekend at Thunder Valley, man.
All right, thank you guys. I appreciate it.
See ya. That is Nick Romano, brought to you tonight by Guts Racing. Glad to have him back, as I said.
This sport's so gnarly, bro.
It is.
It's
It really
like,
is. 'Cause
you can get chewed up
like,
and spit out so fast.
he mentioned Ryder D, right, coming in around the same time. And when I think about Ryder D, I'm like, well, he hasn't really been here that long. He's still got a lot to learn. And I'm going,
4
okay.
years.
Yeah, but that to me, that's like, okay, this is the first year where I just said 3 years to really figure it out. So this is the year where, okay, now I expect something out of it, really expect something out of you. And Nick didn't get any of that because he was hurt or whatever. And
something always happens.
So it's like, but to me, it feels like Nick has been around way longer than Ryder for some reason.
But is it the same?
But he
Yeah,
has almost no time.
I agree.
Yeah, it's just weird. Like I'm like, yeah, Nick came in a long time ago. He just like when I think about Nick, I go, he came in a long time ago, and it just didn't work out. You forget, all the actual facts of what actually happened, and we're probably watching the race and being like, well, Nick was supposed to be the superstar. Why is he not performing? Well, all these things, and it's not fair all the time.
It's not. There's so much perspective than to what we actually see, and it's just so hard to find that. And I guess if he came with Ryder, then how come he didn't do futures?
I think he was ahead of Ryder a little
just
bit.
a little bit,
because didn't he say AB
So because futures.
Ryder would have probably been the younger age bracket of whatever class that Nick was in the older. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think he was saying.
Ryder was the first one to get the do futures. Ryder and Hymas.
Yeah, because we watched Ryder.
Yeah, that was like the first futures race.
Yep. We saw that at Glendale, and that was back when they would have like us, guys like us could race it too on Sunday. Remember? It was like
not the one that we went to in Phoenix. It was a SMX Next thing.
Well, the first one I went to. Oh yes,
it was on Saturday. It wasn't part of the night program, but it was on Saturday.
Yeah, see, I went when they were doing it on Sunday, and Ryder and Hayden were battling.
Yeah, but that's different. That was amateur day. This is.
But it was still called futures.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, even though 90% of the people racing there were like not the future. It was like old dudes like us. And the plus 40 novice.
I've seen places do that where it's like this is the futures class. It's the plus 25 futures class. I'm like, our future's not looking too great.
I'm always it's SMX Next now, but it was called futures even when I didn't ever do it, but if I had signed
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Anyway, okay. Let's get back to the Acerbis read real quick. Our plastics aren't just parts, they're identity. Every line, every curve are built from decades of innovation. From world championships to your local track, Acerbis stands for protection, performance, and pride in the ride. So, visit Acerbis USA. You need a new plastic kit? They got it. Hand guards, fuel tanks, bike stands, skid plates, disc covers, even linkage guards, if you like those kind of things. Talon Volan and Brian Fullerton will get you taken care of. Visit AcerbisUSA.com. I literally just Monday ordered a full kit of plastic for my Yamaha. I definitely destroyed one of my fork guards, which again, let's do that right now. Let's do the Loretta's.
Yeah, keep putting it off, and we kind of already talked about it all.
Acerbis USA, Loretta Lynn's regional recap from Swan MX. So, do you want to ask me questions? Do you just want to tell me? Do you want me to tell how the day went? How do you want?
Oh, you start telling it, and if I have questions, I will.
So, I took off work Friday to go ride practice. Poured all night. Track was so freaking bad. I've ridden some mud races. I was like, I'm not going out there.
Yes, so just to trash your bike.
I'm not going to. Yeah, there's zero to gain by riding this track. It was like really, really thick water.
Yeah.
Just move like water.
Yeah.
People were blowing up bikes left and right. I'm like, I am not going out there. Not doing it. So, and I just didn't. So then it rained all night. Came back the next day. It's even worse.
Yes.
They were going to have sight laps for each class. Got one sight lap. And then start motos.
They just kind of cycle those through, like you just like they
it was
just lined
supposed
up
to be
and
like
just
the practice order.
Yeah.
So we were like second practice or whatever. No, I was third practice. So we would have been the third group. But like, I think one in my group, me, went out.
You were the only one
because it was so bad.
Yeah.
But I was like, well, I want to kind of get a feel for what I'm getting ready to race. So at least I know what to expect. Dude, I could barely make a lap. Not because it was so hard, which it was, but because the bike would not go. It was so thick. One of our buddies, Cash, who has a brand new Triumph, went out. He did 2 laps and blew his bike up. He pulled back in, and there was so much mud caked in between the sprocket and the guard, which is why I took the hose away from you, that his bike would not move, and he was kind of like, rah, trying to get it going, and he blew this brand new bike up. Anyway, it was incredibly terrible. We were the second race of the day, the plus 50 was. First race of the day was Schoolboy 2. They take off in the mud and the rain, 20-something bikes, I don't know, 6 bikes blew up. You know, what's an average lap time at Swan for a fast kid? Minute something?
Yeah, like a minute 50.
Okay, so it took
like
over
that.
20 minutes for them to do 5 laps.
Yeah.
From what I was told, half the field was going around the rhythm section before Big Tex.
Yeah.
Because they couldn't get up it. They're just going around it, so they're cutting the track. Apparently some kid fell in the back section and where it's down at the bottom and was under his bike, but nobody could get to him because it was so muddy.
Yeah.
So we're on the gate, and the dude puts the 30-second board up, and then you see the AMA guy kill it. And he says, hey, we're doing a 2-hour hold. At 11 o'clock, we're going to make a decision. So we go back to the truck, clean the bikes up as best we can. At 11 o'clock, there's another storm due to come in. This is Saturday, right? Race day, first day, 3-moto format. He said, hey, canceling. We're not going to race. We got to get the track better, safety concerns, all that. We got to postpone till tomorrow. 2-moto format tomorrow instead. Cool. Sun comes out, blazing hot all day.
Yeah.
Probably could have worked the track for an hour or two, and it would
It'd
have
been
could have at
perfectly
least
fine.
got 1 moto in.
Yeah.
They didn't know that because the storm was supposed to be coming.
and it never did.
That was not their fault. Just never came. Sunday morning, we get there. As soon as we line up for practice, starts raining again.
Yeah.
So, holy shit. And we are the first race of the day
Because the
schoolboy had already gone.
Yeah.
So, again, I talked about the pond. Go through probably, I don't know, I think there was 20-plus guys in my class. I'm probably mid-pack. Splashed instantly. Pull tear-offs. Blasted again in the first
X-brand
corner.
tear-offs.
Yeah, I'm pulling my X-brands. And third or fourth section, kind of going up a hill, lap 1, a guy swaps in the mud just because it's greasy and cuts out, takes my front wheel out, and I go down. And as I'm landing on the ground, Michael Keating's behind me on his 125 2-stroke.
Yeah, I don't know how.
And
It's crazy.
he runs over my leg, but it didn't hurt. I could just barely feel. I felt him graze.
Just a 125.
He grazed it. I mean, it barely hit it. But anyway, I got up. I was probably 6th or 7th at the time. 3 or 4, 5 guys passed me, and I just got up and rode really well that moto. Ended up 5th somehow. I didn't know I was 5th until I came on the track, and one of our buddies, Corey, said, yeah, I think you were 5th. He went and checked. Yep, you were 5th. I was like, oh, shit, okay. Like, I'm in. I guess just got to do this one more time. I'm in. And I really exerted a lot of energy after falling and coming back through the pack in that mud to do what I did. I was doing some of the doubles that I didn't do the rest of the day.
Yeah, you just sent it.
Because I was like, I got to get up. I got to pass these guys. And anyway, so I was very, very happy. But the conditions were unbelievable. You got there and helped wash the bike. You saw how bad it was.
Yeah, the track was
hammered.
Definitely weren't adding any more water throughout the day.
No.
No.
Yeah, so I just rode really well that moto. Then that was race number 2. Race number 9 was my 45 class. Terrible start.
Yeah, that one didn't go as well.
No, it didn't. I fell on my own on the second lap. The ruts were getting deeper and drier. And
Well, and also, like, they had already started to form a little bit, and then a shower came right before y'all went.
Every
So
moto I had on Sunday, it rained, and it didn't rain during anybody else's
No,
moto.
it just rained a little.
It only rained on my 3 motos. All of us were like, what the F is going on? Like, why?
Yeah,
Anyway.
it was fun.
But the ruts, like in the first moto, when I did so well, the ruts would move, and you could just go straight through shit, and it was so sloppy, it would not.
Yeah.
You couldn't even get off balance because you could just ride through everything.
When it starts to harden up, though, it's not like that.
Once it started hardening up, that's when I crashed. And there's a double after Big Tex, which I know nobody knows what I'm talking about, going down the hill. And you do this double and you make a right. Well, I wasn't jumping it because the track conditions, there was always somebody in the way. There was a guy I was trying to catch, probably lap 3 of the 45 class. I was like, I'm just jumping this thing. I don't give a shit. Michael Gage said, go all the way left. It really sets you up for the corner. It's okay. Well, I overjumped it and landed on a braking bump, back end kicks, and I nose wheelie. Like, I think I told you the story. I felt like I nose wheelied 40, 50 feet. I went over the corner, and I was like, I'm probably exaggerating, but that's what it felt like. Then our buddy JP drove up. And he's like, dude.
He said he was getting out the truck.
Yeah, I was like, I was getting out of the truck. And I was like, yeah, man, I thought I was going to, like, had I gone over the bars like I thought I was going to, my weekend would have been done.
Yeah.
I was very fast paced. who knows what would happen. It would not have been good. And
No.
my heart rate spiked, and I was like, to hell with it.
You're pretty much
Done.
done after that.
I think in the 45 class, both motos were really bad. I think I went like 14, 13.
Yeah.
Not great.
No, that wasn't going to do it.
The 50 class, I went 5, 6, 5th overall. And I was, like you said, kind of all over the place during the day. Like, I didn't know how to feel. I generally kind of stay quiet. You know, I'm not really laughing or joking. I'm just like, just there.
Yeah.
And before the moto, I was like, oh, shit, I'm nervous.
Yeah.
Like, I'm really nervous. I could,
A little chatty
because last
Cathy.
year I threw it away. I threw it away on the
You
last
needed,
lap
like,
of
yeah.
this last moto and missed
Can't
making
do that
it by
again.
feet, literally feet. This year, I was like, that could happen again. That's like going through my mind as I'm on the gate. Hudson Short comes up, turd, you know, and Andrew, and I'm like, bro, man, like, I'm nervous. I'm really kind of stressing
You
out.
told them that you were nervous?
I did say I was getting nervous. I don't remember who I told. There's a bunch of people that were talking to me
Yeah.
before the gate drop. I'm legitimately nervous about this. Gate dropped. I didn't really know where I was. I felt like I was pretty far back because I get a bad start. I decided to use my X brand zip offs with tear offs. Got splashed, couldn't see first corner, pulled the tear off, and somehow I grabbed the door of the zip offs too and yanked that off. So I'm just got a streamer of roll offs. It's raining, it's muddy, and I have no tear offs or zip offs. I'm done. And I had told, stepping back, I met a lot of fans. Jason, you met Jason.
Yep.
He knows Michael Gage. He's a fan of our show. I could hear him cheering out there and yelling. And I told him before the race, I'm like, dude, I'm done. I am so smoked. I almost considered not racing that final 45 class because I knew it.
Oh, I
didn't
thought you were
matter.
going to say I thought you were going to say you weren't going to race the plus 50. Like, no, you had
No,
to
I
race
had to
the
do the 50, but the 45, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to go out there. I am so tired.
Yeah.
My arms are done. And then it hit me what Mathis and Kiefer would say.
You just did
if
it
I
anyways.
didn't.
But
So
you
like-
already
so
had a ticket before
didn't
then.
matter. Didn't matter. I was like, I'm not. That would not matter if I had quit in the 45.
Yes, it
of-
would have because
Speaking of, are we?
because
on?
if Steve had gotten a ticket and the track was like that, subpar conditions, no shot he would have done the second one if he
Maybe
didn't have.
you're right.
If he didn't have a
And
chance
that
at it.
doesn't matter either. If I don't do it, I'm gonna get shit. So I said, I told Jason, I'm just gonna go out there and because he's down there by the rhythm section, his family and everybody just screaming and yelling for us. And I said, you're not gonna have anything to yell for this moto because I'm just gonna ride around.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. It was not good. Tear off streaming, like I said. But all in all, it felt awesome.
You did it, man.
I came off the track, and if you're going in a spot to qualify, they pull you in to check your frame number to make sure your number's what you're on the frame that you said you were going to be riding, the bike you said you were riding. So when I pull in, Hudson and Andrew are there with the video going, and they're, bro, you did it. You know, it's so great. Congratulations. Like, I mean, how freaking cool is that to have
Yeah.
Andrew Short?
Yeah.
They're cheering you on, you know, and
Oh, by the way, FYI, just in case anybody was wondering, Andrew Short is still fast as shit.
oh yeah, yes, for sure.
I watched his Open Pro moto, and he just immediately dominated that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was gone.
But I also, like Kiefer says about Steve, am kind of a 5 a lot of times. I don't do a lot of woo, you know. I mean, I know on here I get wound up about
Yeah.
stuff, but in a normal situation, I don't talk a lot. I just
You get
listen.
wound up about negative, not about being positive.
I do get huffy, but I'm not a big like hell yeah,
Hell yeah,
woo,
man,
you
woo,
know.
yeah.
That's just not me.
Yeah.
So even afterwards, when they were all cheering me on, I was like, I kind of almost had to put on an act of like,
Yeah.
you know, because I was just like, it hadn't sunk in yet. But I get back to my truck and I get cleaned up.
Well, you're
and,
probably pretty smoked too.
dude, I was dead to the world. I just was like, I just want to go get food. I've also been talking about it on here, like how like I've been kind of on a diet, and I decided that day when I leave here, like everybody, I kept telling everybody, when this is over, I'm going to get a Coke.
Yeah.
I didn't know because Gage was like, you know what, we're celebrating. I'm taking you to dinner. I'm gonna get you a steak dinner. So I decided to wait, and I got the sweet potato, baked sweet potato with the cinnamon sugar and the marshmallows. And I told the server, I want a sweet tea, and you bring me all the sweet tea you've got. Never let this glass dry. So I celebrated that night. That's kind of when I was starting to feel a little bit better and think about it. And then when I got home that night, even after the race in the trailer, I was kind of going through all my texts and my DMs from the listeners. And I bet I had close to 800 texts and DMs. I tried to respond to most. If you're listening to this and I did not respond to you, I cannot tell you how much I appreciate all the kind words from everybody that said things, all the tell Steve to suck it and dude, we're so proud of you. And I'm inspired that you did this. Now I want to try it.
It's cool, man. It's a big deal.
That stuff really meant a lot to me. And it really hit me when I got in bed Sunday night. I laid down. Amber's out of town, so it was quiet in the house. And I just laid in bed and I started going through all these messages. And I didn't cry or anything, but I was emotional. I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah,
and
it's a big deal. Like it's an achievement, man. Like everybody can say, oh, yeah, it's just the red zone. And like everybody can be like negative about it.
Doesn't mean anything. Like Steve always says, right? Like Mitch isn't calling. Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, but still, that's an achievement, what you did. It is.
It really hit me Sunday night and then Monday all day. I wouldn't say I was shaky, but it was like a tingly feeling in my body all
wow.
day.
Yeah.
I think I was just really smoked.
Yeah.
And I did do a little workout Monday and got in the ice bath, but it all just really hit. Like I've been trying to do this for 3 or 4 years. I don't think I ever truly believed I could do it. And then the response and the industry response, Benny Bloss and Phil Nicoletti and Devin Simonson and all these riders and Paul Parabinos and people saying, dude, congratulations. It was like, wow, okay, this really is a pretty cool accomplishment. I do actually have my little plaque too, my 5th place.
Show your little plaque.
My little plaque. This is what I'll save. I usually don't keep my plaques, but this one
Hey,
I'm
but
for
and
sure
to be fair though, man, like dude, it wasn't like it was one of these deals where it was 8 people and you got 5th. There was like 20 something people in your class.
Yeah, in both classes. Like in the 45 class, the one where I said I just didn't care, and I thought I was dead last.
No,
but apparently there were still dudes behind me because dude, I was rolling everything.
Yeah,
and I still almost fell like 5 times.
But you
because I was going so slow. And I do want to give a shout out, like Steve gives me shit or whatever, but like Kiefer, Chris and Heather, man, they were calling, they were texting, Aiden was texting, like they legitimately were like not worried. They were like very proud. They were checking on me throughout the day. They were pumping me up during the week. Like Heather doing her thing was like, don't be a bitch, basically, like, so don't let us down. And Chris texted me, I don't remember if it was Saturday or Sunday, but he sent me a text and said, if you don't qualify, I'm not going. It's all on your shoulders.
Bruh, why would he do that?
I was like, all right, cool, man.
Yeah. No, it's cool though, man.
So again, the biggest thing, thank you to you.
We were proud of you, man.
It really did mean a lot that you came out you didn't have to come out there and hang out. And you did.
I wanted to see it.
I know, and that means a lot to me. I mean, I give you shit all the time, and people get on to me about being mean to you or whatever.
I don't think you're that mean to me. It's all just, shtick.
Yeah. But all the messages from all you guys, dude, I read every single one. I didn't get to respond. I started kind of just copying and pasting, like, thank you, after hundreds.
Thanks, man. Yeah.
And even then, after that, I was like,
insane.
okay, I even got to where I can't just keep doing this. I can't. It's too many. To get back to. It's just too much, but it means the world to me. It really does. And here we are.
Like I was telling you before the show, like for Dark Side, for your media persona, it's definitely like a thing that you can a notch on your belt for sure. Like it's something that you now have. Not a lot of, even though a lot of people go to the Reddits, there's a lot of people that don't.
Sure.
And like I was thinking about that while I was out there. It's like, you're watching this race, you had to do something to get here to this point. You had to go to a regional. So everybody's there
area regional,
and had to do something. And you're watching these races and there's 40 people on the gate in some of these classes. And it's like, dude, like these guys had to do something to get here. They obviously spent a lot of money to get here. Some of them came from all over the place and only 6 of them are going.
Yeah. There was people at our regional in Texas from Florida, some from Philadelphia.
There was a dude in your 45 class that was from Mexico that probably could have won a lot of other classes.
Martin, I think it was Garcia.
Garcia, yeah.
He's like I guess a Mexican like national racer.
Yeah, he was fast.
Yeah, he lapped me.
Yeah.
In the 45
You
class.
probably would have done better in the first moto if he hadn't lapped you.
I would have, because there's 2 guys I'm pretty sure I would have caught.
Yeah, and their tongues were in their spokes. I was watching
on the last
that
lap. And as they crossed the checkered or the white, I was coming to the white, and Martin lapped me, and so I had to pull off.
He looked like he was in a different class.
Oh yeah,
and like I know because our buddy Michael got second in that class.
Yep.
He went down in the first moto and had to work his way back up. I think he got up to fourth, but he got second in the second moto.
Yeah.
And after the first one, I was like, "Hey, dude, what the Mexican dude in front?"
Well, and he kept him honest for like a part of a lap. Like he said, he really was fighting to stay.
Really?
Keep him, yeah.
Okay.
I think Michael got the whole shot and kept him behind him for a minute. Obviously I couldn't see it.
Yeah,
but,
I didn't see that one.
but yeah, that guy's. But
because Michael said he was like, "Oh, we'll see when I get out there." I was like, "I don't know, dude. That dude was moving."
But dude. Props to Michael Gage too.
He
and
rode
Michael
well.
Keating.
He won the 50 plus, right?
Qualifying on a 125, yes.
Yeah.
But Michael Gage, who I've talked about before, my best friend, he went down in the 50 second moto. I think it was the 50 plus second moto. He got pushed off into the mud.
No, that was the 45 plus first moto because I was there for it.
Okay. So, yeah. All right. So I go by him it's like 200 feet into the first lap, and he's like buried in the mud. I'm like, I'm kind of laughing, like that's one more spot.
Yeah,
and I know when your bike gets buried up to the hubs in mud like that, like
you might not get out.
Yeah. So I go down the hill, make a right, I make the next left, and I hear this 450, but it sounds like a 125 two-stroke. And there's Michael just cutting the inside section of the track. It's part of the track, but nobody's going there because sloppy.
So it was sloppy.
He's just like, he had already got the bike out, caught back up, and blew by us like a freaking madman. I was like,
on an 09, on an 09 Honda, by the way.
Yeah, it was. I was like, all right, I guess he's going to the front because he was pissed. And I was like, it was incredible.
Well, he was passing people left and right.
Yeah.
But
he's
cool. Fast.
I think that's everything. That I think. I don't know. I can't. Off the top of my head, I can't think of anything else.
We were after me and Chase and I went and played golf that afternoon. So I was hoping to catch your 50 plus second moto, but it just timing didn't work out because of all of the LCQs and all that stuff. But so we were watching it on live timing, and like it's like after the first lap you were in fifth, and like I was like, all right, just stay there, dude. Like we were just watching it, and like and then you went to fourth, like oh okay. I'm
wondering. You said that earlier and didn't hit me. I lost my transponder. Like I had to pay $100 because my transponder was gone. So they were also hand scoring. So I wonder if that's why because I don't.
But that would have made you drop.
Well, maybe they just wrote me down in the wrong spot somehow. Because if they're also.
But what I'm watching is the live timing. That's not coming from hand reading. Was that? Did you have it going into the 45 moto?
I wasn't sure when I lost it, so I don't know. I just noticed when I went to get it off at the end, it was gone. So I was like, well, how did they even score me in the 45? But they had me scored every lap, so I assume they did it by hand.
Don't they check to see if you have a transponder before you go in?
They did click it. You're right. They have to check it.
So you had it in the 50.
I must have had it. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, the point I was trying to make is I was in fifth. You said I don't remember ever passing anybody, so I don't remember.
Who knows, man?
But maybe I did. Maybe I fell down. Oh, I did. I got stuck in a corner. I didn't fall, but I got off balance, and somebody went by, and then I passed them back. That's right.
And the 50, yeah.
Yeah, and then the guy at the end got me because I was just.
But you made it.
Yeah.
We were like, just hold it on, dude.
Our buddy Corey was out there every lap, kind of giving me the hand signal, 5. So I knew, and when that guy got me which put me 6th, I still knew a 5.6 was good enough.
Yeah.
Unless
someone went like 7.2 or something like that.
Yeah. So anyway, but yeah, you were saying you were watching scoring.
Yeah, we were into it, man. It was like, just hold on, dude. Just hold on. You made it.
And I had some moments, man, where at the end I was going so slow to be careful. And when you can't ride stuff like that slow because the bike, you're more likely to fall over. I was getting off balance constantly. I was like, Jesus Christ, just keep your shit together, Jamie, and yeah, got it done.
Yeah. Nice, man.
It really does feel good.
Punch your ticket.
I don't want to do like the pat on the back thing. That's silly.
No, but it's cool.
But
it feels good. Yeah.
It does feel good.
Yeah. You kind of like when you got the gig at Vital.
Yeah.
And you got a bike and you started riding more and you lost some weight. You got in better shape, probably the best shape you've been in your probably entire life.
For sure.
And you could tell that it was something that you kind of wanted to do, and you've tried a couple times. It hadn't really worked out. And
I think the first year I really half-assed it. I wasn't when I tried to qualify in California and I went down to Three Palms. I was like, no way this is going to happen.
Third time's the charm, though.
Last year I had a little more belief, but not much. This year I kind of was like, I have to do it.
Yeah,
because I was so close last year.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I still didn't really believe. You guys heard me, and Michael actually kind of got in my ass a little bit. He's like, dude, stop with the attitude. Like you have to turn that around.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Okay.
I don't know how to do that. I don't believe,
So,
I don't know what to tell you.
so okay. So I guess what else is, now that you made it,
Yeah.
what are you looking forward to or not looking forward to or looking forward to at Loretta's?
The only thing I'm really looking forward to is the overall experience, to say I did it,
And be a racer
and
there.
hanging out. I don't give a shit about riding that track. I don't care where I finish.
Do
Right
you-
now, I don't care about any of that. I just want to go do it and hang out with all the people.
Do you
And-
think that you could have, I personally don't think that overall you will, but do you think that you could have a moto inside the top 20?
No. I've been telling people 25 to 35 most likely. And I think 25.
You don't think
might
you
be
could
tough.
have a moto like with a good start inside the top 20?
Like if I miraculously get a good start and I can just keep it on two wheels, maybe. But I think, again,
There's some
here's
serious
my
dogs out there,
Here's
dude.
my negativity, right? But I mean, think about, this is the 50 plus, right? So Ezra Lusk, Michael Gage, Michael Keating, probably 20
I
other,
don't think you'll have Mike Brown this year. So
other
you'll be
guys
good.
like that, though.
Emig,
I don't know if Emig's doing it this year, but guys like that, right? Chad Reed was talking about doing it. I don't think
he'd be in the 50
I think
plus. He's not 50. He's not 50.
Okay.
He's like in his early
Yeah,
40s.
yeah. Okay, well, anyway. But
Get fast dudes.
There's a lot.
Barry Karsten.
Think about all the guys the guys that were in front of me at Swan, which was 4 or 5 guys, much, much faster. Like, couldn't even see those guys, right? Well, then you got that many guys from all over the
Yeah.
country
Yeah.
that also made it, that are
So
probably
maybe-
that same-
so, okay, so-
Kiefer.
Yeah. Let's shoot for top 30.
Yeah, I think, like, again, I really don't
Don't get
care.
last.
As long as I don't get last.
Yeah, don't get last.
I would not, I'd be really upset if I would, what is it, 40 they take or 42?
It's 40. 42 maybe.
So if I was 35 or worse, I'd be upset. Anything above 35th, I think I'll be pretty stoked
Yeah.
on.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All it takes is one good start, though.
But yeah, I really just want to hang out, man. I want
Watch you get like a number 1 ping pong ball and get like first gate pick.
I got to work on starts. I have to be more confident. And I like Van Martin was there.
I think you need to take it. I think you need to take your gate prep and stuff more serious. I know some
Yeah, I
people do,
don't.
some people don't.
I don't at all. But my starts were not good. They just weren't. My technique's bad. That's something I have to work on.
Yeah, you're gonna because it's gonna be a full gate. You probably
yeah.
haven't done a full gate start in
Yeah,
a while.
and, as soon as I'm like 5th through 40th and off the start, I'll be like, "Fuck this! I'm backing out."
Yeah, you
I
can't
don't
do
want to
that.
get. I don't want to get killed in the first corner. I just don't have that killer instinct aggression on a start anymore. I don't have that anymore.
But if you just do it for
I don't
just
want
a
to get
second,
hurt on day one of Loretta's.
yeah.
and
But
have
if you
to,
do it for just a second, you'll be up in there.
yeah, we're gonna work on it.
You work on it.
I'm gonna ride Gage's rut track a lot. I'm thinking about calling Greg Alberson, see if I could go up to game moto.
It does sound
You
like
gotta be
when
careful how you say
I
it.
know when you're people on the podium, it does not sound
Game
like
moto.
game moto.
No,
Yeah.
man, not me anyway.
Then it should make it like the game or something.
Yeah,
I don't
so
know.
I'm gonna see if I could go because he has a Loretta's replica track.
Yeah.
I'd like to go up there, spend a weekend. So yeah,
You made it, dude.
yeah, I
Good
made it.
job.
And thanks to everybody again. All right, let's start closing the show out. Let's do T-Bolt USA top 5, and then we'll do ETS Racing Fuels. I'm gonna let you take that one.
Okay.
So sometimes you just want to cut loose with your buddies and shred your Yamaha TTR 110, CRF 50, KLX 110, or just whatever type of pit bike you have. T-Bolt USA's warehouse has you covered on all parts for pit bikes and accessories. You can find BBR and Pro Taper and rental handlebars, D&M shocks, and even full bikes from YCF, Pitster Pro, and Piranha. T-Bolt USA is fully stocked to meet your needs. So visit tboltusa.com. Vince and his family, his son, and all his guys, man, they're a great group of people. Vince has helped us out on the show so much. So order your parts and go bang some bars with your buddies. T-Bolt USA. The top 5 this week, you didn't love this topic, was worst movies that you kept watching. Maybe you
I
even
know.
watched it multiple times. So,
If it's a bad movie, I just don't. I just turn it
all
off.
right. Well, I'm going to
So-
give you. Let me give you. Go ahead.
Well, I will say this, like I'm probably too bad about this, but like so 2 things. I would actually rather I'll watch a movie that I know is good like 30 times
Yeah.
because I'll watch it again, knowing what happens. I'll watch that again before I watch a new movie that I know is gonna suck. And like sometimes I'm bad about I'll watch a new movie and I'll be like 3 or 4 minutes in and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not doing this.
Gotcha.
I'm not gonna. Then I just go watch a movie that I've seen before that I know's good.
Okay. Well,
I mean, I don't know if that's
give you
weird
my
or
list
not.
and see if it inspires you.
Okay.
Any. So my number 1 is Sharknado.
Okay.
That is the
I've got
dumbest,
one kind of like that.
shittiest movie
I've
ever
got-
made, but it was so bad that I could not stop watching it because I had to go like, what is next? Oh, wow, this on-ramp is filling up with water and there's sharks in it. That's not even possible. But I have to see what they do next. The shark is flying through the air? Wow.
Yeah.
Cool. I don't know what to tell you. Worst movie maybe ever made. I loved it. It was so bad.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's kind of what inspired me for this topic was
Okay.
Sharknado, literally. There was a movie, like a horror movie when I was a kid called House.
Okay.
It's terrible. I watched it all the time because it was on like on HBO regularly, and we would just watch it. I think there was a naked girl, so you just watched it for that or whatever. Terrible movie, but I watched it a lot. I think it was actually House 2 that I liked. I don't remember even.
Someone said Star Wars.
Well, that person should be murdered. Motocrossed. That movie sucks.
No.
It's a terrible movie.
No,
but
it's
cool.
not.
It's not a good movie. It's
It
not a
is
good,
actually a good movie.
I don't
People,
know, man.
people that don't even watch motocross or follow sports say that that's one of the best Disney Channel original movies that they
It
ever
might be
came out
one of the
with.
best Disney Channel, but it's not a great. Okay, I don't think it's a great movie.
I mean, no, it's not like going to win an Oscar,
But okay.
but it's actually like a good movie.
Okay, well, that's on my list. I'll give you another one that I had as an honorable mention instead of that one. Then The Dirt Bike Kid. That was a movie from the 80s.
Okay, I grew up watching that movie. I need to go watch it again to see how bad it actually
It's
is.
cheesy. It's goofy, but I watched it a lot because it's a kid on a dirt bike.
Yeah, I like like
Grease?
the dirt bike's like dirty and he like wipes it and the dirt bike
Yeah.
like perks up.
Like the headlights have like
Yeah,
eyes. It's stupid. Grease 2. Terrible movie.
Okay,
I love it.
really.
Again, it was an HBO regular. I fell in love with Michelle Pfeiffer. When she sings Cool Rider, man, when I was 7 years old, I had a massive crush on her. But the movie is terrible. But I love me some Michelle Pfeiffer in Grease too.
There you
So
go.
I watched it over and over. There's a couple of Schwarzenegger movies, like Twins. That's
Twins is good.
Conan. Like, not great movies, but I watch them all the time. They're
Yeah.
pretty cheesy. They're pretty dumb. And yeah, that's my list. I had a few others that were kind of like maybe honorable mentions, but that's it. Just not great movies.
Some of those are actually like good movies though.
They're not. Okay. I don't think they're good movies. They're kind of really bad movies that we enjoy for some other reason.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
So that's my list.
All right. Well, I've got 3.
Yep. That's
I
fine.
got a top 3.
Yep.
Uh,
That's more than I thought you'd come with.
my one is kind of like Sharknado. It's called Meg. It's got Jason Statham in it. Actually, I can probably just
Is
pick,
that like a...
I can just pick like a handful. I'll fill up my rest of my top 5 all with Jason
is Meg
Statham
like a
movies.
robot or a
No,
android
it's you're thinking of Megan.
Oh.
Meg is a megalodon shark. It's like this.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty
Okay.
bad. But there's a couple of other like Statham movies like The Mechanic and a couple others where like they're cheesy. They're the same movie.
Yeah, yeah.
He's always a British guy no matter what he's doing. But like I'll watch them because they're entertaining. So that Meg, Joe Dirt 2. I loved Joe Dirt 1. It's one of my favorite movies as a kid growing up. Joe Dirt 2 was horrible, but because I'm a fan of Joe Dirt,
You watch it.
I watched it.
Yeah.
And that's why I haven't watched Happy Gilmore 2, because I know it's just going to piss me off and ruin the first one. So I learned my lesson from Joe Dirt 2, and I haven't done it.
Amber said it was really good, and a lot of people I know said it was really good, but I'm not willing to.
I've seen clips of it. And I'm like, there's no possible
No,
way
it
it's
didn't
good.
look good. I can't do it.
And
with
then
you.
number 1, me and my dad actually watched it. I don't know why we watched the whole thing, but Snakes on a Plane.
I never watched it.
It was so
Yeah,
bad.
Yeah.
But we just watched it and laughed the
Yeah.
entire time.
See, that's a good. It's
Yeah.
not a bad top 5.
I know, but I can't. I just wish I could think of more that were like that. I just
Yeah.
can't.
That's fine. Before we move on, we made a list last week of top 5s. Let me give you a couple options for next week so listeners can get involved if they want. Physical places you'd like to live or visit, top 5.
Okay.
One-hit wonders, so that'd be like a music one.
Okay, that's a good one. We haven't done that yet.
Or things that you would save if there was a fire.
Okay.
Which one do you want to do?
I don't know.
for next week?
I don't care. The fire one's kind of funny.
Let's do the music one because TJ hates the music stuff, and so let's do top 5 one-hit wonders.
Okay.
So I mean, I think about one-hit wonders, but
Yeah.
let's do that next week. If you guys want to get involved with this top 5, hit us up, motoxpodshow@gmail.com, or go to our website and use the contact form. Good?
Yep.
ETS Racing Fuels, pick one. That's you.
Well, ETS Racing Fuels was forged from the heat of competition nearly 30 years ago, developing purpose-engineered fuel for high-profile teams and highly competitive series. We have been the power behind many podium wins ever since. Teams using ETS Racing Fuels have won more than 50 national and world champion titles, and we continue to forge new alliances and partnerships across motorsport. Visit etsracingfuels.com and be like Darkside and pour it in to go to.
Yeah, don't do racers that win. Pour.
Yeah,
in.
I didn't.
Yeah,
I just pour ETS Racing Fuel in and go to the Reddit's like Darkside.
Kept my bike all that power to get through all that mud.
It was running tip top.
Yes, it was. Okay, so I actually wrote down 3 options. This was off another podcast I heard, and I meant to ask you this ahead of time, which one we would do.
It's fine.
Let's do
This show, this program.
Okay, let's do this one. Would you rather be stuck in a comedy with your worst enemy or in a horror movie with your best friend? Like actually physically in the situation.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
So what was the first one? A comedy?
In a comedy with your worst enemy or a horror with your best friend. So like
that makes the comedy the horror.
So like in my mind, you're in Nightmare on Elm Street or whatever with your best friend, or you're in Wedding Crashers but with an enemy, somebody you hate.
Is it a never-ending movie, or is the same movie over and over again, and I have to replay?
However you feel like, I don't. You're just in the situation. I took it as you're in this situation. It doesn't even have to be a movie. You're in a horror situation, or even a really funny situation with your worst enemy, horror with your best friend. I don't know.
I don't really have any enemies, but
does it matter?
I know, I'm getting at it. Probably a horror movie with my best friend because I feel like we would just figure it out and fuck shit up.
That's my answer too. I feel like it's pretty. Yeah.
Like if I'm gonna die, I'm dying with the buddy.
It wouldn't be funny if you're with somebody that you hate. I don't think I'd be pissed off.
Yeah.
Like at least I'm in a scary situation. I got my buddy.
That's an interesting question, though.
Yeah. And if it gets real, I'm sacrificing my buddy. Sorry, man.
Wow. What kind of friend you are.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I think that one's pretty easy. Okay, FXR picks for Thunder Valley. While I do the FXR read, we're going to do both 450 and 250.
Okay.
Because of the Coonins, I thought it'd be kind of interesting. Okay. Maybe they're not even in your top 3, but.
Okay.
All right, FXR is designed by racers for racers. With industry-leading fit, finish, performance, progression is the name of the game with every new piece created. At FXR, we push our brand to the next level to provide you with the best products possible, used by Malcolm Stewart, Garrett Marchbanks, Mike Brown, Brock Tickle, Chris Kiefer, myself. FXR has core motor roots, so visit fxrracing.com. I went through 3 sets of gear this weekend because it was nasty, gross.
What did we do last week?
Your picks?
Yeah, did anybody get close?
No, I think you got the. I want to say. Oh, TJ picked Jet to win. So
okay.
TJ said Jet, Prado, Deeks. Turd said Prado, Hunter, Jet.
Okay.
Scotty said Hunter, Jet, Prado.
Okay.
And I said Prado, Hunter, Jet. So none of us were like.
We were all riding the Prado train, yeah.
Bits and pieces. Okay, so FXR, I'll give you mine. 450s, Jet, Hunter, Lucas. That's my podium for 450s.
Okay.
250s, Hamaker, Kitchen, Davies. Sasha's fourth, just off the podium.
I think Sasha wins a moto, but I think something else happened to the other one. I'll do 250s first. 250s, I'm going to go Levi, Hamaker, Hymus. Hymus is good at Colorado. I think he needs a good bounce back.
Yep, that'd be good to see. I'd like to see it.
450s, I'm going to go Hunter. I think the angles of the track are going to struggle for Jet.
Okay.
Hunter, Jet, Deeks.
Where does Lucas finish?
I think he has a good moto. Same. I think he has a good moto. If something happens to the other one, I'll put him 4th or 5th.
Okay. So pick one.
4th.
What about Sasha?
Oh, 5th.
Okay. Speaking of FXR, and we really didn't make too much of a big deal out of this being. You said fifth for Sasha or fourth? Fifth. You said fifth. No?
Mhm.
Okay. We didn't make a big deal out of this being 400, but let's do a FXR casual giveaway. So a shirt and a hat. Get involved with, usually I do the picks. I like you guys sending your picks. That's cool. But I want to hear get involved with the top 5 for next week. So one-hit wonders.
Okay.
Okay. I want emails for top 5 one-hit wonders. Songs you like that were one-hit wonders. That's what not just name one-hit wonders, but the songs that you actually like that were maybe a one-hit wonder. Get involved with that. We'll just pick a random one to get an FXR casual kit.
Sweet.
I like you guys getting involved. I do want to hear your FXR picks for Thunder Valley for 450 and 250.
We didn't really do a whole lot.
And if the Coonins aren't in your podium, tell me where they're going to finish. So that's a 3-stage FXR picks. But get involved. We didn't do that.
So it sounds like if you follow instructions, you'll get some FXR.
Hopefully. Yeah. What did you say? We didn't really do what?
I said we hadn't really done much for 400. I honestly kind of forgot that this was 400 coming into it.
Yeah, I didn't forget. I was just like, it's a lot going on.
Yeah.
I just didn't have time. And honestly, we've said a bunch. This is the behind the scenes stuff that some people don't want to hear or whatever. It's really hard to get the big name guests. And yeah, it was really just, honestly, sounds sucky. It was just too difficult to try to put a bunch of other, and I really wanted to talk to Kayden, and I've been wanting to talk to Nick, and I was this is what I want to do. So this is what we're doing.
Well, thanks you guys for listening.
Yeah.
Let us keep going to 400, and hopefully we'll keep going.
Yeah, we'll try to make it to 500.
And then 600.
Nah, that's too far.
You're not going to 600.
No. Anyway, guys, I want to thank all of our sponsors: Racetech, Yamaha Motor USA, Guts Racing, X Brand, FXR, ETS Racing Fuels, T-Bolt USA, Grill Your Ass Off, Renthal, Acerbis. A few shout outs to some other people that aren't part of the show, but that have been helping me out. Engine Ice. I'm trying to think. There's a few other people that are just kind of, Decal Works, XPR, FCP, people that help me with the racing side that aren't necessarily part of the show, but I appreciate those guys. Brunt Workwear, I got a pair of their work shorts. I want to try them, and they're badass. So,
nice.
Yeah, that's really cool. Darkside MX, what is that code for them? There is a code, but it's a one-time code. Like the first time you order, it's a code for that. Darkside MX 10, do you remember? You know
for
what?
Brunt?
Hang on. It's not. Yeah, I don't have it anywhere. Sorry,
No,
guys.
just figure it out.
If you want to order,
Start typing in
if you want
Darkside.
to order from Brunt, just send me a DM. I'll get you hooked up. But yeah, I want to thank Nick Romano, Kayden
Minear.
I almost said Linear. Thank you.
Yep.
No thanks to TJ or Chase.
Nope.
Again, really, really heartfelt thank you to the listeners, to the fans, to the people that reached out to me. Gosh, it made me feel really good, man. So thank you. Other than that, we'll be back next week. Thanks for listening.